by some odds makers favored to do. You're setting up like another one. I mean, again, you can
Hello,
like these or you can
people
hate these,
of
they're here.
the internet.
I have a
It is me, Andres, and we are watching Floyd Mayweather versus Logan Paul 2. I mean, Floyd Mayweather versus Logan Paul press conference number 2. And yeah, currently Logan's talking to the media, and the announcers are talking, and we're just watching Logan on the thing. And if you want to see the press conference and hear my voice, you can go to Showtime's YouTube channel. Just type in Showtime Sports. You'll see the press conference. Click on it, and it's there. So Logan has already come out, and I think we're just waiting on Floyd Money Mayweather to come out. So yep, that's what's going on today. So Logan's just talking to Floyd, talking to the press. And yeah, guys, that's the thing. I really have to go to the bathroom, though, which is kind of an issue. So I'm hoping that this doesn't go on too long, because if it does, that's going to be really bad for me. But obviously, I'm going to stick around. Just picking out a thumbnail for the thing. So let's see if there's anyone in the chat. There's just one person watching. That's cool. That's cool. That's fine. I understand. I'm not wanted. I get it. Buy now, pay-per-view. You're watching a average, mediocre YouTuber making a thumbnail.
Anyone as strong as you? Will he be surprised when it gets up close and personal and you clinch? No chance. Always. Dude, there's a moment that goes through every fighter's mind. Everyone we spar, everyone Jake's beat. When we hit them and they realize, oh, he might not just do YouTube. This guy really put his heart and soul into this, and I hit hard. I think you're going to see Floyd's eyes light up the first time I hit him. Yeah. You're a former wrestler. If it does get physical, are you prepared to put Floyd Mayweather in his place? For Floyd's sake, let's hope.
Hey, Nappy, what's up? Yeah, Nappy, the press conference 2 is happening right now.
Could it get ugly in there? Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's a fight.
I'm just creating a thumbnail.
The rules are, I don't know, kind of broad. Anything can happen, yeah. The gloves have changed from 12 ounces to 10. Does that suit you? Are you more confident now than ever that you knocked Floyd Mayweather out? Yeah, absolutely. I didn't know how they changed it. It was 10, then it changed to 12. Now we're back to 10. Good, that's how I want it. You said yesterday...
10-ounce glove, guys. No more 12 ounces. Nappy, just go on Showtime's, just type in Showtime on YouTube. You'll find it.
You strike me as a man who knows how to throw a party. What plans do you have if you beat Floyd Mayweather on Sunday night? I don't know, but the last time I was at this mansion, we were having a party. Who knows? One thing at a time, And just finally, do you have a message for the fans in the UK who'll be watching this fight on Sky Sports Box Office? Yeah, I love all of you. Thanks for staying up as late as you did. I promise not to disappoint. Thank you, Logan. Yes, sir.
Thank you, Logan. Tell him to go right here. This is the camera.
Good, thank you.
Hello, Angel. Hello. If anyone wants to join in, you guys know my Discord or whatnot. You can go on that if you want to.
How are you? I'm great. You?
Very good, man. You've been training in Puerto Rico,
Yeah,
right?
I've been brushing up on my Spanish.
Just creating a thumbnail. Angel, you suck at giving predictions. Nappy, didn't you say BJ beats Canelo? That is true. That is true. Nappy, you didn't do great in your first prediction.
As you can see, I pretty much know nothing still.
Don't worry, man. Hey, Miami, Hard Rock Stadium is a big place to be.
That's what they're saying.
And Floyd's saying, oh, this is the biggest robbery in the history.
I know.
But actually, think about it. You were doing the robbery because he's the pro boxer.
Yeah, I finessed everyone. Everyone here just got finessed, including Floyd. And to be honest, Floyd Mayweather can play it off all he wants, but we know he's working.
How many comments did you after that fight?
He does not want to lose.
I know. No, you're very young, right? Honestly, what do you think is going to happen?
We'll hear more from Logan Paul as he continues down the red carpet, but we got a chance to talk with maybe the most unsung man in terms of the strategy building for this fight, Luke Thomas, Brian Campbell.
Yeah, that's a tall order, man.
Is that the right strategy? Has history taught us anything here?
I gotta do one thing.
Into your mic.
I gotta do one thing. Live, it's showtime with Ryan and Luke.
There he is.
Thank you very much for having me.
Yes, sir.
I'm here,
Yes, sir.
and Logan's tall, long, and lanky.
Oh, come on. I hate this.
Arm and length shorter. So it's a David and Goliath, but we're
So we got Milton
outbox
talking.
the greatest boxer on the planet.
I mean, that's like walking into Houdini's house and trying to disappear, right?
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, you know.
This I gotta be honest. It's a little like
So hold on. I'm just turning off my battery. This is so annoying. Oh my god, an ad? Really? Oh, guys, I cannot do these ads.
he is a big, strong kid, right?
You gotta love the confidence. If you're going to get to this
I will
stage
say that he
and
has
put your
confidence.
name and your face on the line, you better have the huevos, as we say, to
we
back
got
that up
balls.
here.
We got- listen,
But look, I know the question that you were probably going to ask was probably technical and boring. Do you know what people really want to know
What do they
about
wanna
this fight, the build to Logan Paul, Floyd Mayweather Sunday night? Who has the damn hat? Got your hat. Who
LeVar
got it
Ball,
right
man.
now?
LeVar Ball.
Team, you know.
Logan's has abilities,
He has
reflexes,
it.
his legs, and he's
Says
white.
he has it. Is Jake going to parachute in with it on? Where's the damn...
Hey, how's it going, people? Hey, Alex.
we don't know
You made
what
it.
Jake's gonna do.
I could have sworn his legs got him in trouble because in the case I fell because he stepped out doing. That is facts.
Of course, Jake moved out to Puerto Rico and
I mean, are they? But what I guess I mean to say is, are they sparring?
So, guys,
No.
second press conference of Floyd versus Logan Paul.
Why not?
Milton, Logan's trainer, is talking. And again, you can find this press conference on Showtime Sports YouTube channel. And that's pretty much where we're at.
So they can't be good students if they're too worried about getting the one up on their brother.
That's the problem. And they always have rivalries coming up. So I don't want to add one more rivalry to their rivalry, so I just never let them spar.
How seriously do you think Floyd's taking this? There were some promotional photos. He had, I mean, you know, for a retired fighter having abs still, that's pretty impressive. But obviously, he's not nearly in the condition he was, let's say, for the Pacquiao or whatever fight.
Were they airbrushed or were they real abs?
I mean, he looked to be in okay shape. I don't
Milton
think
just said that he doesn't let Logan and Jake spar, which is something that we knew, but like, I just feel like I would love to see Logan versus Jake. I know that the rivalry and brother versus brother, it's not ethical and it's not ethically right, but it's entertainment. So I can see Logan walking him in the middle of Floyd, playing with him, but at the end, Floyd TKOs him late. Did you hear Logan say Jake is next? Yes, I did.
They say it's exhibition. I've never seen an 8-round exhibition.
But
We're going 3 minutes.
I would love to see Logan fight Jake. I think that's the fight everyone wants to see. Because I think Logan can beat Jake. But I think Jake can beat Logan. It's, you know what I mean? It's a 50-50 fight. They've both been boxing the same amount of time. And a lot of people say Jake's better than Logan. So I would love to see that. That'd be a very competitive fight.
To join this crew. I think Floyd quits in 6.
Oh,
Wow.
that is a.
Milton just said that he thinks Floyd will will stop at round 6 with Logan.
Incredible.
Well, I might go after that road next.
Yeah, fair enough. I wouldn't blame you.
Well, I'm saying that for one or two reasons. Is that if we do start landing punches and we do start connecting and we do hit him with a few pieces, Logan's heavy-handed, Logan got power, and Floyd might kind of feel the wrath and go, wow. You know, I think
Jake versus KSI, I think, would sell more.
so I don't want to really, I just think he's gonna put too much heat on him. And when you can't take the heat, you gotta get out of the kitchen. So one way or the other.
And they train in the heat. I've been in that gym. I was sweating twice as much.
But I mean, if I'm being honest, both events would do huge numbers.
I mean, like I said,
Like those would be like
running around all over LA,
over 2 million, I think, for both events. Yes, Jake versus KSI sells way more. Yeah, I think Jake versus KSI does. I think it's gonna do like the biggest pay-per-view of any like celebrity fight.
Very slow to open the door to outsiders, right? They don't even want to give Logan credit if they went out and saw him outbox Canelo tomorrow, right? But how much are you guys bathing in that? That no one's giving you a chance in hell, so there's no pressure.
Look, I think Logan is getting whooped, but he has a point with his old age. His cardio is depleting. Yeah, that's true.
We're fighting with our hands down. There's no way in the world you're gonna win. But 60-odd Golden Gloves later, a few Olympians.
So Milton's talking about how about his strategy of hands down,
What's the difference between training someone
and how
imagine you had
he's
a totally
trained
established
like
fighter, let's say they
60
had 30 wins,
champions
they won
that
just fine
fought
tons
with their
of things.
hands down.
What's the difference between a
To be
guy
honest,
like
out of the
that when he
KSI
walked
Logan
to
and
the gym
Jake, I
and
think
someone
Logan
like
is one who
Logan
least
who,
pulls
in
numbers.
fairness, a lot more raw material.
Yeah, I mean, well,
Very raw, but the best.
it depends who Logan's fighting. We'll see
You're
how
my
this
biggest
does.
fan. Hey, I got a fan.
Coach
Hey,
LaCroix
listen,
has fans.
He has the same T-shirt as you. I don't think he's your actual fan.
I think Jake
That's my biggest fan.
has more antics, and I think his opponents, like Tyron Woodley, is a more
That's not working.
interesting fight than this one. So
Okay, Logan and Jake did not know how to box. Didn't know a fish kick from a left hook. So my style was easy. I could take Stevie Wonder in 3 months and teach him how to box.
Yeah,
Literally, I could do that. But a lot of people don't understand how I do it. And
I feel like there's different kinds of coaches in boxing, and there's some that focus on one end, and there's another one that specializes in that. Let's get some Olympic amateurs going.
Here's a little funny scenario. Angelo Dundee, Vince Lombardi. A lot of these guys never played football, but they are the most famous, known coaches in the world.
Right.
Well, Vince was an All-American at college. Let's put a little respect
Okay,
on
but
that.
like college ball, pro ball, is a big gap.
Right. Did he play pro football?
I don't think he lasted long if he did. Yeah.
Okay, so there you go.
And then,
but I'm saying he became a legend at football. Okay, maybe my time is coming. It's my time to shine. Maybe I'm gonna take Logan and do something that 50 people tried to do and they couldn't do it. Okay, we have height. A giant sometimes can't beat a little giant. Okay, we got reach. Floyd don't have the reach, and we're gonna beat Floyd at his own game.
Okay, what about this? This was my idea. I feel like I'm not saying you want to go in there and be a dirty boxer. That's not what I'm saying. What I am saying is, don't you want to disrupt Floyd's comfortability enough where you're grabbing, you're overhooking, pushing, pulling, kind of towing that line a little bit of not committing fouls, but causing some disruption.
Me, him, and the cop talk bad about us.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
Well, listen, Floyd already made a few mistakes talking about negative stuff. We're not here about negative. We're here about positive. It's not a black and white thing. It's just two fighters getting in the ring.
No, I just mean like, you can't. I'm not saying eye poke him or kick him in the balls, but I'm saying, rough him up a little bit within the rules.
If Floyd decides to start chasing Logan, and we grab him and kind of like get off me. Remember, we got a wrestler going against a boxer. Sometimes wrestlers, when they grab you, they know how to lock. They know how to hold you. They know how to twist and turn you. So anything is possible. Anything.
All right, what do you need to see in the first minute of the first round to give you the confidence that Logan's ready to execute?
Logan's clinching might be a problem, though.
I can't cook for anything, though. That's my wife. All right?
I can't cook neither. But you're right. You do have a recipe. You can cook and I can put the extra salt on it. But the problem is, the first round, we're looking to see what Floyd does. If Floyd does what I hope he does, then we know we're in for a good night. Logan just has to go in there and do what he's been training to do. We got in the ring with Jean Pascal. We got in the ring with a lot of top quality fighters, good Puerto Rican fighters out of Puerto Rico. I mean, some kids are undefeated. This kid 10-0. Patrick Cota, 10-0, 7 knockouts. A little bit bigger than Logan. It was like, wow. Logan steps up to the plate when he has to. He rises to the occasion. He rises his competition.
That, Luke.
Certainly can't. By the way, it does seem like, obviously I'm not in Puerto Rico, it does seem like, based on what I have from the footage that Showtime put out, it seems like he's well liked down in Puerto Rico. There was the photo of the kid who was in jail. They let him out because he was friends with Logan.
That's the kid I was talking about, Patrick Cota. He got arrested for something stupid. And he was going through his thing.
Octavio Dominigozo, good afternoon to the community. Logan doesn't need to be a wrestler. His size alone would smother Floyd in the clinch, but WTF, would they even clinch in the first place? It shows that Logan's head is going to keep his distance.
Good things in Puerto Rico. He likes Puerto Rico. They're going there.
I feel like Logan Logan loves to clinch. Like, we've seen him against KSI. I think he's going to clinch Floyd, and I don't know if that will slow down the fight or if that will work to his advantage. I mean, Logan, nothing Logan does is going to help him, but there are no, official judges or rules, So I mean, and Logan is known to be a bit of a dirty boxer. So
I'm from the Lower East Side of New York.
I don't know, man. He might do something. He might try something.
Came up with this.
If you know somebody named Freaky
Hey,
Fred,
hey, stumbled here again. He stumbled here again. I don't know what that means.
That's the greatest name I've ever heard.
Greatest guy, incredible. He came up with this design, and I was just at my mother's restaurant.
Okay, so they're just talking about like the hat and everything.
Saw me right before he moved to Puerto Rico, and Freaky
Yeah.
came and bring me, like shirts.
5 likes, guys. We have 5 likes and 4 people watching. 4 people. That's incredible.
You can find me
That's
everywhere.
amazing. Can we get a round of applause?
Sweden, London, anywhere.
How is the Mofongo?
Oh,
Round of applause.
That restaurant
If
over
you
here.
want to go, I'm gonna tell you the address. You go down to Casa de Adela.
What is this called? Snapping my fingers. Yeah. Snaps. A lot of snaps.
You don't have to sell me.
Milton's not a bad guy. Not a great coach, but he's nice. Yeah, I mean, I like Milton. I just think that his coaching style is not very traditional. Which, you know, I mean, he has trained Shannon Briggs and he's gotten wins as a coach. But I feel like Logan might need a new style change, if I'm being honest. Because I feel like it's not working.
We sat here a little bit. We are at the Versat Jade Mansion here in Miami.
Maybe his wrist being broken had something to do with why people see him as decreasing. I know that isn't like a huge impact. I mean, it is, but it's not like, you know, it's not like he broke his arm or something. But I feel like he needs to switch it up because I think learning from different people helps, especially, you know, influencers. Might be a little too late, but yeah, I agree.
The
Yeah.
traditional fans are like, we're gonna keep talking about this all week. Well, yeah, we're gonna keep talking about
So-
this all week
Yes.
because it's become.
And I guess Floyd is gonna face off with Logan. They're gonna have like a mini press conference. But then they're going to go into questions individually. I'm surprised that Jake isn't here, but that's probably for the best. His antics are viral and they create word of mouth and people talking. It's annoying too. So they're just talking, rambling on about museums or something. So yeah, so 5 people watching. Oh, my neck. 7 people. Let's go. Because to fix that guard takes another couple years. Yeah. Like I think that's Logan's style is to have his hands down, but I don't know if that's the best thing for him to do going forward. Like if he fights John Cena or Nate Robinson or Ben Askren types, he can stick with Milton and he can do that, but I think against people like Floyd Mayweather or someone that's very good, this style of coaching and this style of boxing maybe isn't going to be the thing that is going to get him wins. I think he should just go into wrestling, if I'm being honest. I feel like he excels at wrestling, and I just think that he's just built for wrestling and not built for boxing. And you know, and I would love to see like wrestling in the YouTube scene. Logan just said he will chase the Jake fight right after Floyd. We're gonna get it if Jake beat Woodley. I would love to see Jake versus Logan Paul. Like that would be an awesome fight. I was thinking about this, and I think that Jake Paul would lose. Okay, well I'll say this. I think Jake would lose. I think that Jake would lose to Floyd a lot quicker than Logan would. And I think that's because Logan is not very aggressive and he's not very scrappy. Like Jake is. Like Jake has technique, and when I mean scrappy, I don't mean on like no technique, but he likes to go in there and get it done quick and easy. So if he were to fight Floyd, he would fight Floyd like Connor, and that's like from the beginning, nonstop, hitting him, punching him. But because I think Floyd hates Jake so much, he would probably want to end it as soon as possible. So, and I think that Jake would make a lot of mistakes that Logan wouldn't. And I think that, you know, Logan, I feel like, is able to dodge punches very well. I know Mayweather is a different beast compared to KSI, but, you know, Logan is, if anything, the big positive that I see from Logan, and this is just my opinion, is I think he's very good at dodging shots and landing shots. He's very strategic. And and really thinks about every little aspect. And he said in an interview that can be kind of his downfall because then he overthinks things, whereas Jake kind of just goes in as like, let's brawl, you know? So I feel like Logan would be more strategic and more conservative, and that's kind of what you need to be with Floyd. And then that Jake would just get countered and countered and hit and hit and hit, and he would just get, and he wouldn't stop, you know what I mean? He wouldn't back off, whereas Logan would, and that would, and Logan could still get tired by body shots and whatnot, but I think that Jake would just lose a lot quicker with Floyd, and I think that Logan would last longer. Because, for example, if Logan faced Tyron Woodley, he has more of a risk of getting caught by Woodley's right hand than Jake is. I agree with Alex. Logan has awful hip movement. Yeah, but I feel like with Jake, Floyd wouldn't want to like bring it out because then Jake would be like, "Hey, I lasted 6 rounds with Floyd Mayweather." Yeah, like when Logan has awful hip movement. Yeah, like when he throws punches, he doesn't like do like with Jake, he kind of goes in all the way. So, but I think with Logan, I feel like he's very what's the word? Swift, I guess, or like elusive. He's very elusive. Like it's hard for you to hit him. I feel like, you know, like at least in the YouTube scene. You know, Floyd's a different story, but I think that
Well, speaking of the brand of Logan Paul, getting him, they've been very smart and maneuvered, and we have the manager of Logan Paul, Jeff Levin.
So much muscle, but no power and technique.
Jeff Levin. Jeff, hi, Jeff, how are you?
Yeah, I
Still a little
agree.
John Lennon vibe coming off him right now, okay?
A little bit.
Which is why I think if he got a new coach, he would be able to really get that power, and I think he'd be very deadly.
Like 7 years ago, was working with a company that was protecting his assets on Vine. And
Inflatable in front of a car wash, no elbow tuck.
Off of the app versus the other people that were on
I mean,
and he's a storyteller, truthfully.
So
right? That's really
Logan's manager, Jeff, who most of you probably know is talking.
So seeing that and coming from
Talking about how he found Logan.
Blonde hair, blue eyes, all-American, Dean's List. Like, he's just the perfect specimen.
Best manager in the game.
I'm about to say, he says really nice things about you,
You
Jesus.
must get a good stipend, I think, at the end of the day, right?
I hope so. I hope so.
Hey, I think you're keeping this share one for him.
Of course.
It's a Maverick time right
Even in the heavy, no elbow tuck,
Let's
yeah.
talk to the man in charge. We will talk to you later, though. We appreciate your time.
Thanks so much.
All right, joining us now is one half of the main event.
So Logan is now talking. Let's listen in.
People come to
Well,
see
listen, there are 2 fighters in the main event. You are merely one of them. But how are you,
I
Logan?
guess statistically speaking,
50%.
that makes sense. I'm good. Are y'all hot?
We are sweating.
I think we've reached like the runner's high where it just sucks, but you kind of live with it, you know?
Versace robes at the Versace mansion.
I mean, I've been in your gym. It's no different than that.
I know.
But
Skies out, thighs out, baby.
one thing we just gave you a lot of credit for, Logan Paul, is that you have seemed ready for this stage. Like odds makers, you know, opening lines or not, that you knew you would be here, whether it was Floyd Mayweather, whether it was any form of entertainment.
Yeah, I do think that, you know, Jake continues on. But I think with Floyd, that wouldn't be a good thing for Jake. It just to keep coming forward.
And I know you told me you're not intimidated by Floyd, but the moment sometimes can be threatening, just to say.
It's a great question. And I often have to ask myself, like, am I affected by this? You look around, you see all these people, the hot lights, the pressure. You want to do well, you know, your friends are watching, your family's watching. And I always want to be real with myself. And I ask myself, am I affected by this? But I love this. I love this. This is me in my element. Like, this is what I came out to Hollywood to do when I started making videos. Like, when I started making fucking videos on YouTube, that was the cusp, the precipice for all this. Like, this is it. This is endgame. And so, like, this is what I signed up for. This is what I wanted. This is me in my element. I love this shit, man. All of it's exciting for me.
Kind of got me fired up.
Yeah, he certainly does. Let me ask you a question I thought kind of interesting. You grew up in Ohio. You wrestled in high school, right? Yeah. So I looked this up. Correct me if I'm wrong. Your senior year, you placed 5th at States?
That's correct.
Did you wrestle anyone who was a super stud that went on to do something crazy? For folks who may not know, Ohio is a powerhouse of wrestling.
I did. I talk about him frequently.
Who?
His name is Dominic Abunator. They call him the Terminator.
And it was a bad scene.
He's a beast, dude. He's a 4-time
He's a Floyd's bodyguard.
state champ. Yeah. Yeah, he wrestles for Israel now, I think.
Oh, Jesus.
Or like a country, an entire country. He's good, man.
Here's what I'm confused about. Dude, if you get the base of wrestling, you could have gone straight to MMA. Like, you'd be doing a killing. Listen, the train's left the station. You're fighting Floyd Mayweather. Things are going okay.
I think he knows where the money is.
Yeah, things are going okay. But it is curious that a guy with that kind of background.
So after fixing my glasses, they're like broken.
You know, I didn't choose boxing. Boxing chose me. Like, seriously, like I got challenged to box. I answered that challenge, then kind of fell perfectly into the sport. And truthfully, boxing's a bit easier on the body than MMA.
Is that right?
MMA's fucking hard, dude.
Yeah, it is.
You
There's
know?
a lot of injuries.
I got bad knees. I'm old now. Like boxing, my upper
You're
body.
26.
I'm old.
I'm 41 and on the verge of a heart
I'm
attack.
sweaty and
Stop.
washed sitting next to you. Thanks a lot.
I'm aging. Nah. You know, my upper body's strong. My upper body always has been strong. Like I got dense ass bones. I'm in like the top like half a percentile of bone density. And my strength is all here. MMA's tough, man. The lower body. Who knows?
You talk about like being here and loving it and being ready for it. When you visualize what this week was going to look like 6, 8, whatever weeks ago, is it looking like how you would imagine? Is it feeling each day like how you thought fight week would go?
Yeah, absolutely. Like I've said this before. I visualize everything. I see it all before it happens. The only thing that I didn't visualize is how calm, how tranquil, how lonely it is at night. That 2 hours before I go to sleep, where I'm in my hotel room, you know, using my Theragun, putting my ointments on, chilling, when I'm alone. You know, like this stuff's predictable. I knew this would
Logan
happen.
skips
But,
leg
like, when
day
you're
every
alone
day
with
now. He
your
pays for
thoughts,
that.
That's when you got to silence
That's the stuff you
doubt.
don't visualize. That's when it's like, yo, this is real. This is gonna get serious.
We got to talk about this fight Sunday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, Showtime pay-per-view. It's bragging rights time. But all the jokes and got your head aside, you got to box this man, Floyd Mayweather.
Yes, sir.
How do you make up that experience gap? You're not going to make it up this quick of time. But obviously, you've been detailed and oriented for 3 years, and you're dedicated. Do you brawl him? Do you attack him? How do you make up that difference?
Fight my fucking heart out. Fight my heart out. That's the beautiful thing about this sport. Experience is fantastic. In almost any industry, experience is going to trump everything else. But at the end of the day, this is a fight, and anything can happen.
All right. But you know as well as I do, if you land clean on him, you're good for life. You can lose. It's true, dude. You can lose this battle. If you land a solid uppercut on him, dude, they're going to NFT that. They're going to auction it. You can retire
I'm
a
gonna
trillionaire off the
Showtime's gonna
NFT.
NFT that, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying you have an easy task, but I'm saying, like, there are real winnable scenarios here that have nothing to do with actually knocking him out.
Yeah. No, I know. I know.
You thought about that at all?
Yeah, of course. I try not to let it, like, consume me. You know, it's exciting. But, like...
the goal that's in the background looks exactly like my like third grade teacher. Well, not my third grade teacher, but my like there were 2 third grade teachers, and the second one, it's like it's uncanny. Like, Mrs. M, is that you? Is that you, Mom?
I mean, that's
Mother.
You guys are
That's my mom.
seekers here a little bit. Dangerous territory.
Tyron is no joke. Tyron is a beast. I told Jake, I'm like, hey, wasn't that guy like the 5-time welterweight champ of the world?
Yes.
He knows. But he's going to beat him. He's going to beat him. Like, there's a little bit of a cheat code when you bring MMA guys into boxing. It is a different sport. It's fighting. Different sport. Give Jake another 3 months to get good. And bro, I'm not kidding. Jake works so hard. He's a clown online, right? He's a troll. The problem child. But he works so... Even I'm watching him, and I'm like... Yo, you crazy, man. Like, he goes hard. Not to be underestimated.
Well, we're not. We're excited to see what happens there. We're excited for Sunday. By the way, how much thought went into, like, the walkout robe, the trunks, the collar patterns, all that? How much?
Because I put a lot of thought into matching this.
We put a lot of thought into Showtime bias.
Yeah,
things.
you know, you always want to look good. I'm not wasting too much mental energy on what I'm wearing, but yeah, we got some really good sponsors on my shorts. That's who we spent the most time on, partnering with the right people, the right sponsors on the shorts.
All right, well, good for you. Hope you get paid. That's really what it's all about.
Yes, sir.
Congratulations already, and we'll see what happens on Sunday.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Logan Paul, everybody. There he
Anything's
is.
possible, Logan Paul.
Skies out, thighs out, right? That's how it goes. I won't be doing that. Okay, but he can. All right, there he goes. All right, BC. Yeah, he's got an entourage the size of, well, what do you want to call it?
So Logan said that Jake works hard, and that's very true. And I believe that the reason why so many people fail against Jake is one, because they're not good enough, but I think because they don't work as hard as Jake. Like, Jake, I hate Jake, and I don't know why I have my eyes closed, but I feel more comfortable like that. But Jake, he trains hard, and you can't deny that. And I mean, That's why, like, Nate Robbins, like, no one takes him seriously, and it's like, take him seriously, and you're gonna win. Just take him seriously.
Media availability special.
So they underestimate Jake. Yes, they do. And what happens? They get left on the canvas, and I don't want to see Woodley lose, man. I don't care about the kid. I don't care about the guy. I could care less about Tyron Woodley, but I care about him because he is like the best way to beat Jake, and I just want to see Jake lose.
I don't think couple days out and just go cha-ching.
I don't think Floyd is. Listen, here's BC. You've been in the boxing game as long as I've been in the combat sports game. We've both been on the. Oh, here we are. Hey,
he's in.
I was hoping this guy would come through. I have something to show you.
Icy right here.
Here we go. Hold my microphone for a second. This is. I've been waiting to interview you for a long
Okay,
time.
so I don't know. They're talking to like an undercut guy now. Okay, so I don't know how long this live stream is gonna be, but I'll be here until the thing's over. Woodley said it's easy money, so hopefully he doesn't take Jake lightly. Yeah, I mean, I hope not, but. Woodley was sparring, I think, or he started camp yesterday, which is really good because, you know, I think Jake isn't even in camp yet, so that's good. And Evander Holyfield, was giving Jake advice. So I guess they're friends. I guess kind of feels like a bit of a low for Evander, but it's clout. I hope he does take Jake lightly, LOL. Nah, man. Don't take Jake lightly. Like, even if it was, like, Floyd Mayweather, I would want Mayweather to go 100%. Because Jake winning... Because Jake works so hard, though, you know? And that's why he wins. Jake is in camp already. And Evander gonna stop by time from time. Yeah, man, Evander's one of a blend of in camp. Evander ain't it in this clout. Well, I mean, I don't think he's going to be in camp with him, but I mean, he did visit. Well, Jake visited Evander leading up to the Ben Askren fight, and then he just met with him yesterday with his coach, Yasmin Flores.
Were you off because you just decided to take the pandemic off? You said, I'm going to wait till things get a little bit more normal, or was there something else that kept you out? Well, it was definitely the pandemic.
31 minutes. Wow. 3 people watching, 5 likes. Cool. Oh, so uncomfortable in this chair. I need to get a better chair for streaming, guys. You know, like, it's cushiony, but it's like, it's hard. You know what I mean? It's like a hard cushion. Woo. Hold on. Okay. Yes, Flores has connections. So having knowledgeable people in camp is not hard for Jake. Yeah. I don't like BJ Flores. He just annoys me. And Leon Love, man, like I despise Leon Love. That guy is so annoying, and he's such a yes man. Like how can the people that Jake like trains with be more annoying than him? You ain't know nothing about these though. Nah, man, Leon Love. His voice is annoying. Just everything about him annoys me. His face. I see his face, and he's like, "Yo, what's up?" And I'm like, "Yeah."
That's sort of become part of the headline and narrative entering this fight.
Oh man, listen. I mean, it's more like he just that's his game. You know, he talks. He has to hype himself up and things like that. And I was online eating some pizza, and you know, it was a healthy pizza, pizza, things like that. And because the place at 160, you know, he mentioned something like, man, that's probably why I'm waiting at junior middleweight because.
Oh, guys, I have some big things. I don't know if anyone knows this, but when Leon Love was not hated before Jake, as well as Jorge Masvidal, Jake is a magnet for hate. I mean, listen, I'm just saying this right now. When it does its start, the press conference is right now. Like if BJ was not training, Jake would be like, I'm annoyed with him. Yeah, because because BJ Flores is irrelevant. Who know? Like, you know what I mean? Like these guys are using Jake, and they don't ever criticize him. Like Vidal is JJ's trainer, but nobody says that he's annoying. And there are people that hate KSI, but they don't hate the trainers. Hanging with Jake is like you're signing your social life away. Nah, man, like you can be with Jake. Like I don't know. There's one guy that was in his vlogs that like lived with him, and he was like a rapper, and I like that guy. And you know why? Because that guy was like he wasn't sucking Jake's body parts. But what I was gonna say was Gibbs' first opponent was half blind. So there's a podcast called I don't know, it's a Cal Freezy podcast, and it's on YouTube, and in that thing they had Gibb on, and I think that so Gibb was on a podcast with Cal Freezy, and he revealed that his first opponent, which was in the Joe Weller undercard, was half blind when they went into that fight, so he couldn't really see out of one eye. So Gibb beat somebody that was half blind, no athletic abilities, and then he fought another guy that was a gamer, and it's just Max plays FIFA blind in one eye. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. It's like it just goes to show that Gibbs' whole career has just been a bit of a farce, maybe, or it's I guess like with Jake, I don't know what I'm trying to say here. I think people just like if Jake beats Woodley, it's over. Like I don't think KSI would have to start fighting again, but just like the conversation of that, will Gibb and KSI fight the same when they don't? And to this day, like, why didn't KSI pick Faye Sensei? Like, I don't get it. Like, Faye Sensei is decent. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know why he picked Gibb. Like, why did he pick Gibb? I just don't get it. I don't understand. And all the UK people like Cal Freezy, Calix, are all like, oh, well, we know Gibbs better than that. But I'm like, Gibbs not better than that. He is not better than that. I've seen him spar. I've seen his fights. This man is the worst boxer in history, period. I would even go to say that Ben Askren might be just a little bit better than Anisan Gibb. Okay, well, Gibb does had a bit of head movement when he fought Jake. But besides that, like, I just... and I guess I respect him for fighting Taylor, but he's not going to win that fight. There's no way. You know what I mean? And, like, yeah, if you're a UK fan and you think Gibbs going to win, you're wrong. You know what I mean? Like, you're just wrong. Oh, and Vinny Hacker released sparring footage, and he looked not terrible, but it was like not even 30 seconds, and what I saw was like, yeah, Deadly's going to win. But they did that guy dirty. How they pick a half blind guy? I don't know.
Your name is high up on the marquee on Sunday night, and I'm sure you love the chance that you're going to be featured on a giant pay-per-view.
Well, wait, now I feel like when Gibb was fighting Jake, I think people had a right to like doubt Jake, you know? And I think I got lost in the hype, for example. Like, I thought Gibb was going to win, but I wasn't looking at the facts, at the statistics. I was looking at my emotions. I was thinking with my emotions, not with my head. And now I feel like people understand how bad Gibb is, and they're still backing him. But UK people are very loyal to their heroes, and that goes beyond boxing too. Like the Harry Potter franchise, all of those people, very loyal. So I'm not surprised that they are, but I wish they would really think about, like, okay, like I can't side with Gibb after the terrible performance he put on against Jake. You know what I mean? Like, how can I trust that he would beat anybody? Even in the Taylor spot, everyone saw his skill, but something. Wait, Angel, do you want to come on this live stream? Are you available? I don't know. Taylor Holder, if he is ambitious enough, he might be the dark horse in the scenery. Yeah, but he couldn't fight like Logan Paul because of the weight difference. Like Taylor, Bryce, these are small dudes. Like they're not very tall. They don't weigh a lot. These are like very small people. You know, it's I can't. I'm in class right now. I'm watching this in another tab. Oh, okay, that's cool. Well, if anyone wants to talk and join the live stream, you can.
With being away at the quarantine, he looks jacked, he looks focused, all that. I mentioned how excited I would be as would anybody to see him against Charlo, but just that focus to get back in line at 154 and see what he can stir up. Yes, we were shocked when he lost to J-Rock, but just as shocked when then J-Rock lost the title.
Oh, that acid reflex. Taylor would be the king of his division. Yeah, he would. I mean, I think so. I just need to see if he can take punches, because I think if he can take hits and he has heart, he's golden. Like he is like pretty much, I think really like willing to go to the places. And you know what? I think he could fight someone maybe like Jake or KSI. There would be a huge, weight discrepancy, but I think I don't know why I'm looking away. I'm not looking at anything, but yeah. Like if he beats Gibb, then Dedrick and calls out KSI might be able to beat KSI after 2 fights. Gibb. There needs to be another weight class for YT boxing as well, and Taylor will hold the lightweight down. Yeah, I think so. I don't know if I don't know if KSI would be able to. I don't know if Taylor would be able to beat KSI, because I think Taylor would probably bring a lot of technique, and KSI would too. But I think the power of KSI would be a lot for Taylor to handle. And if hypothetically Taylor fought KSI after he fought Gibb, that's with what 16-ounce gloves, 14-ounce gloves, no headgear, but like there's a big difference, like 10-ounce gloves, no headgear, and you're fighting somebody that is I think KSI is like what 10, 20 pounds heavier than Taylor. Taylor Holder weight. Yeah, so Taylor, it's 130 pounds. So I think that's kind of what he was. And KSI is a natural like 180 or something. That's the lowest he ever went. So that's 9 to 19, 29, 30. That's like a 40-pound difference. Like that's really big. Taylor won't even fight KSI because of the weight class. It's like asking AJ versus Canelo. No need in comparing the two if they're in different weight classes. Yeah, that's true. But I mean, Bryce is also in a different weight class to KSI as well. So I think if KSI were to fight Bryce, I don't even know if that would even be a pro fight. That might just be an exhibition because of the weight differences. I think that KSI should just not fight any TikTokers and just fight. I think he should fight Dylan Dennis or Chuck Liddell. Or fight Chuck Liddell and then fight Dylan Dennis. Or fight Dylan Dennis or Chuck Liddell. Like fight like a legend that's like not great anymore, and then fight a new guy like Dylan Dennis. Because I think both Dylan and Chuck are still huge in that community, and they bring a lot of attention and showmanship. And I think that they are legitimate wins because nobody likes Dylan Dennis, and Chuck Liddell is very highly seen, I guess. Obviously, people know that he's not the greatest anymore, but I think he needs to go with people that will give him clout and legitimacy. And beating a TikToker isn't gonna make the sporting community care about KSI fighting Jake. Because Jake's fight is and Jake and Logan are in the stratosphere, in the atmosphere of Showtime, of CBS Sports, of Mike Tyson, the Vander. Like they are at a level where if you want to prove and cause interest beyond just the YT community, you have to be willing to make some risks. Which is why I think he maybe should fight a pro boxer, but that is a big risk for KSI to do. But if he won, it would be a huge upstage, and everyone would be like, wow, like, because we have yet to have a YouTuber that beats a pro boxer. And if KSI could be the first YouTuber to beat a pro boxer, that's huge. And I would love for that to happen. And Jake isn't going to fight a pro boxer in the next year, for sure. And Logan's obviously fighting Floyd, but he's not going to win. No, Chuck Liddell, KSI would get roasted, LOL. Bryce would be harder than Chuck Liddell, LOL. Chuck would get KO'd in 2 seconds. Chuck would fall from breeze.
First 3 rounds, Connor wins, or at least does really well.
Chuck is a little bit the mask. I know, but like to the the casuals, the Chael Sonnen. I don't know if you guys know who that is. He's like a MMA promoter who has a very popular YouTube channel, and like people like on ESPN and all those guys, they would see KSI as like because people remember KSI for this, for swinging, and they wouldn't think that KSI would be at an advanced level. So we as YouTube community would know that KSI could beat Chuck, but it would make a statement. It would say to the public and to the sporting community, from KSI's perspective, I'm here and I'm here to win. I'm here. This is me. And yeah. So that's why. Because listen, do I think KSI needs to fight Chuck Liddell? No, I think he could easily beat Chuck Liddell because he's very slow. Gib can beat Chuck. I don't know about that because Chuck's like 6 foot, right? 6 foot, like Chuck Liddell. How Chuck Liddell weights? He is 205. Wow, he's a big boy. The sports community even clowns Chuck now. Good. What about KSI versus Chael Sonnen? Chael Sonnen is a good one. You know what? I would like to see that. But I feel like JJ wants to pick opponents that aren't gonna be like, chance at him like seriously losing. Floyd Mayweather has now entered the building, and he is bald again. Good choice. Oh, so Chuck Liddell has had 31 wins, 17 losses. He last fought in 2019. So yeah, I mean, I think Chuck Liddell would be a decent fight. Chael vs. KSI would be a big money fight as well. Yeah. I have not seen Sonnen boxing really, but you want to put KSI with someone that he has a really good shot at beating, and yeah. But you know what? I didn't even think of that. That would be so. Yeah, Chael Sonnen, Chuck Liddell, Dylan Dennis, John Cena. I kind of want that fight to happen. Big actor. Jake would never do an undercard. Have you seen Chuck's last fight?
Sure that the real legend in the sport, the guy who actually has the technical acumen, skills win fights, even if he's somewhat diminished by age.
I've not, but I know he's not great.
Father Time is undefeated, even longer than Floyd has. So you certainly have to see the proof in the pudding, as they say, so to speak. But it hasn't looked like he's, we saw Floyd is never out of shape. Is he in the shape? Is he now in the shape that he was like or Maidana? No, I don't think that he doesn't need to be. He's not a 12-round fight. He's not fighting a pro boxer. But he's also, how old is Floyd? 44.
Chuck isn't even a shell of his former self. He just looked like a drunk fan who was allowed to fight for a pack of cigarettes. That was the top comment. I know that he wasn't great. I know that. But he still holds some status in the community. So
Jake Paul, like I said before, John Shahidi, a guy that I've been dealing with, and with social media a long time ago, he talked about Logan Paul and Jake Paul a long time ago, but he said these guys want you to work with them. These guys want you to train them a long time ago prior with boxing. I didn't really know the guys, but I guess they're forced on YouTube, so we'll just see Saturday night, how everything plays out. Not Saturday. I'm used to seeing Saturday. I'm in Sunday, so I apologize. I'm used to seeing Saturday. Yeah. So Sunday, I apologize.
After workout yesterday, said he was sleeping 6. What's your response to that?
I will just sit.
Can you give one message to the Showtime boxing family?
To who?
To the Showtime boxing family.
Oh, Showtime, I just want to say thank you. I'm just glad that you guys got together with myself. And
So Floyd is talking to the press, and Jake fought Ben Askren, and he is on Showtime now. So, you know, mediocre fights get you to the next stage if you're an influencer, in my opinion. Like, I want him to fight someone competitive, but you need to get some sense of legitimacy. If KSI wants to move to the next phase of his career, but you don't want to put him in with someone like Tommy Fury.
It's a bunch. Floyd, what can we expect from yours? Sorry.
Gotta get a little water. We in Miami.
Keep hydrated.
Yeah.
Floyd, what can we expect from you on Sunday night?
Oh, Sunday, it's crazy. Ago, I spoke about Saturday. I'm so used to saying Saturday night. I said Saturday probably a couple of times, but Sunday, it's gonna be fun. This is what I do. A lot of experience, and like I said,
Tyrone is more competitive for Jake. I can see Jake losing that one as well. That's why he has a rematch clause.
And elite boxing and elite fighters. So you guys will
But
see the difference.
it all depends on how Jake loses. Like, if he gets demolished, I don't think he'll be able to win again.
We'll just see. You know, I want everybody to tune in. If you can't come to Miami, buy pay-per-view. It's worth it. Normally it's $100 or a little bit more than $100, but we give a discount, $50 discount.
The gloves have changed from 12 ounces to 10. Are you more confident now than ever that you knock Logan Paul out?
Well, at first, they was talking about 14-ounce gloves, 16-ounce gloves. From the beginning, I wanted 8-ounce gloves for me as well as Logan Paul. So hopefully we can change to 8-ounce.
You clashed with Jake Paul back in May. Is this personal for you? Do you plan to punish Logan for his brother's antics?
Oh, I don't really worry about that. This is easy. This is what I do. I'm a fighter, so I don't worry.
Guys, did you hear that?
About anything.
They wanted 16 ounces for this fight, and so it's 10 ounces now. And Floyd wants 8 ounces. That's not going to go well for Logan. Logan needs to stick at 10 ounces.
Is your legacy at risk on Sunday night?
My legacy, I think that just my strategy, just to be away from boxing. Whereas I want to do, because this is what the so-called top fighters, they have to fight. Fighters like Manny Pacquiao, he have to fight. I don't have to fight. I'm doing what I want to do because this is what I want to do. I'm retired. Am I proud of Manny Pacquiao? Absolutely. But he has to fight. You know, I made smart investments.
So, I mean, 8 ounces might be good for Logan too, because, like, you know.
You could give away as much as £30 to Logan Paul on the night. Have you made a mistake by agreeing to that?
Well, most of the time when I go out there and I fight these guys, I'm giving up 20 pounds. When I was fighting at 140, the guys that I fight go up to 160. When I was fighting at 147, guys go up to 167 within 24 hours. So I don't really worry about
8 ounces.
the weight. I don't worry about height.
That would raise the stakes, though. Actually, I want 8-ounce gloves because that would make it more compelling. But 16 ounces, they really considered 16-ounce gloves.
Do you have a message to your UK fans who've been staying up to watch this fight on Sky Sports Box Office?
I just want to say thank you to the UK fans. You guys have been great just throughout my career. Now, I'm just entertaining the people, having fun. Still doing what I wanted to do, which is a great thing. So hope you guys and everybody in the UK tune in.
Thank you.
Right here.
No, sir. Right here. Telemundo, right here.
Telemundo,
Hey, Floyd, thank you for your time with us in Telemundo. We always be grateful because your first fight was with us in Boxeo Telemundo.
Yes, I want to say thank you to Telemundo. You guys was covering me when I was a young fighter coming up, which is truly a blessing. I can never overlook you guys.
This guy's talking like Floyd's the underdog.
To everybody at Telemundo, because you guys helped build my career.
Thank you so much for your words, and we always been working around your fights, and this is a great moment for Miami also because Floyd Mayweather is in Miami to get another big moment. But this is the easiest payment for your career. How do you envision this fight on this Sunday?
I don't really look at it as a fight. I think my opponent look at it as a fight. I look at it as just going out, having fun, and entertaining the people.
And that's why you do the best because this is what you've been doing. You pick when you want to entertain the people.
I do what I want to do when I want to and how I want to.
So there's no judges. You're gonna have special moves because you can do around whatever. This is different, like your professional fights.
I'm just happy that we're able to go out and someone can get knocked out. That's the great thing about this. So when someone get knocked out, it is a winner.
I remember when you fought Big Show in the WWE, he was 3 times you, but now he's a little bit bigger, but that's not a problem for you.
We can never worry about height or size. It's all about the skills.
Exactly.
And that's one thing about Floyd Mayweather, I got skills.
So, who else do you envision to fight next or entertain people after this Logan fight?
I don't really know. We'll just see. We want to go out there, have fun Sunday, and give the people what they want to see.
What do you think about Canelo is doing right now? Because you help him. There's big moments, big names also in the fight.
Mayweather versus Logan Paul Sunday, bragging rights. Everybody tune in.
Thank you, Floyd.
Thank you.
Right here,
Yeah, Floyd cutting his hair was a good choice, and he dodged the Canelo question.
Good to have you in South Florida.
Yes, I'm glad to be back. Of course, I live out here also. A great place to be. So many great people. And Sunday, entertainment for the people, which is great.
How can you make this happen? All this attention that's going on to your fight.
Just really blessed. A great team, so many great people that helped me get to this point. I can never overlook the people that helped me. Strong team, strong backing. I think the last 18 months, 24 months, something like that. It's been rough for the people in the U.S. But everything.
Canelo would motive Floyd now. Yes, like
all the cities around Miami.
here's the thing: we need to see Floyd Mayweather versus Canelo, a pro fight, an actual legitimate match that would go on their pro records. That is the fight that would break boxing. Like that is the fight everyone wants to see. So Floyd, stop fighting Logan and fight Canelo. But is what it is. Can you watch the fight in theaters? Yes, you can. I think there's a couple of theaters near where I am that are showing it, but I think you can just go on their website and they'll see it. Though I mean I don't know why you'd want to watch this in the theaters, but no. Beefing with Canelo is not a good idea. No, Floyd is way too old. Versace Mansion.
We had him on before, Jeff Levin, the manager of Logan Paul.
Jeff Leviathan. That's not his actual last name, but I just like saying Leviathan.
In a lot of ways, managed the great brand that Logan has built and strategically help him walk through that. But you never could have guessed that, 3 years since he first put on the gloves, he's boxing Floyd Mayweather. I mean, I know people don't want that outside the ring credit for getting, but there was a small chance a fight like this could ever have been.
He's worked so hard at building this brand and put in so much work that his ability after that has now led to this, right? Like, you wouldn't be sitting here with us if he didn't work so hard at building such an amazing brand, a global brand that's, 100 million followers across all of his platforms, creativity beyond anybody you can imagine, and work ethic.
Do you see Jake being next to Floyd after Logan if Jake beats Tyron Woodley? No, he's not gonna fight Floyd. He won't. He's just not He's not gonna do that.
$190. Floyd's what? 5'6".
Well, if
160 maybe. Yeah, but
if Floyd, does that mean Jake would have to pick between Logan and Floyd, and we all know he's picking Logan?
They said that one of the best ever.
Yeah, like Jake's
I just think Logan's work ethic and
Jake's not gonna fight Floyd, and he said he's not gonna do an exhibition. He would only do a real fight. So Jake, he would never fight Floyd Mayweather.
I'm gonna figure out how I can do this the best of my ability, and I'm going at it.
Give me the phone call before the phone call. In other words, there must have been a phone call where the deal got offered or something, and then you called Logan. You're like, you're not going to believe the phone call I just had. What was that?
I think it was Logan. Would you ever want to fight Floyd Mayweather? Ha. Yeah, sure, Jeff. Okay, that's all I needed to know. I'll call you back.
And so what happened? Like, how did the deal come together?
My best friend Matt introduced us to Famio. That Floyd was working with, and Solomon at Famio said, hey, Floyd said he'll do something for us. And originally it was supposed to be something in the gym, something for COVID. There was, no entertainment happening at the time, end of the year of 2020. And after we kind of tested the waters and saw what the excitement was, it stepped up to the level of, now talking to Showtime. And here we are, Hard Rock Stadium, June 6th, probably the biggest event or one of the biggest events of 2021. And it's unbelievable. We're thankful, appreciative of the opportunity, and now hopefully we'll seize the day.
Imagine someone is like me, doesn't know what cool is, doesn't even, like, I wouldn't even know how to orient themselves.
Jake seems like he likes Jake doing it for money too. Oh, well, Floyd, Jake is not account for ducking the best boxer in the world. That's like half the boxing world. The only reason Logan doing it is for money. Jake is doing it for the money, but Jake seems like he likes the sport. No, I mean, I would say if Jake fights after Tyler, he should try to get a very popular boxer. And Nick Diaz would be a perfect match. Even Vidal said it. Afterwardly, Jake should either fight Logan Paul or Nick Diaz. I think that Jake is doing boxing purely because it's getting him relevancy. I'm talking about him right now, so he's getting clout. He's back in the mainstream, making money. That's why I think he's doing this, and I think he does have I think they both have a passion for it, but I think I think they would kind of do it for no money, but I just think that, if you look at Jake's, YouTube numbers, his views, I mean, he doesn't even crack 1 million anymore. And in 2019, he was falling off. Who was talking about Jake Paul in 2019? Nobody was. And so I think a lot of that is fueled by his desire to be talked about. And, these celebrities, like Logan versus Floyd, is being done for money, and that's it, really. And Jake is fighting these other guys because he wants to get to the top of the mountain in the most mediocre way. Like, he fought Gibb, Nate Robinson, and Ben Askren, and now he's at Showtime, and he's going to fight a UFC guy, and if he wanted to, he could probably fight Mayweather. He did that by mediocrely rising to the top. And I just find that annoying. It's like KSI, for example, has risen in a very non-mediocre way. Joe was a very easy fight, but the 2 fights with Logan were not easy fights. And, I just feel like the people that challenge themselves more, don't cherry pick and take the risk, I think are more worthy of the big deals than the people that just kind of do mediocre things to get to the top, and they somehow get it. And Showtime picked Jake and Logan because they make them money. There was a comment that said, it's because of their skill level, and it's like, that's not it. I mean, I know I might be sounding of course, Andres, but like, Tommy's doing the same thing. Nick is an actual boxer. Nate, okay. What do you think about Vidal not fighting the Floyd undercard? Disappointing. Mayweather Promotions, I just think, isn't the one for him. He needs to change promotions or promoters and move on to something that's going to get him in America more. And yeah, to be honest, even though Logan is an easy fight, he called out someone who had no experience at the same time. Even KSI said it.
That's what you got to.
Yeah.
If he does that, that is going to break the internet for sure.
I spent time with
Well,
my brothers last week in Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
A business perspective,
Jake's much
Logan
more
is-
serious about wanting to be respected as a real fighter. I mean, he says it. He carries that aura, like, you know, this is not carnival. I'm the real fighter. Come watch me. Logan almost seems like he laughs in the face of that at times because everything could be a joke. I'm not, saying that he would take his training unserious. But do you think that even if he loses this in a way he wouldn't want to, that boxing is still going to be a thing for him? Or is this just a stop on his entertainer, inspirational journey to get to where he wants to bring his art?
He's been bit by the bug. He loves it. He loves entertaining. This is one of the biggest platforms in the world. He loves working out and training, and he loves boxing. That's why he's here. He wouldn't do it if he didn't love it. He's got so many opportunities to do a lot of things. He always decides what he's doing based on something that he really cares about. So I think he'll continue to do it. Is he going to have, a long, 10-year career? We don't know, because he could, things could happen, but he's definitely excited about boxing. He wants to do more in it, and we'll see what happens.
Okay, but forget the 10 years. What about the 4 years? He's 26. He'll be 30 roughly in 4 years. What do you think he's doing at 30?
It's been so many different things. He's so good at so many things because what he decides to do, he becomes the best or one of the best at it in almost every aspect. So he really gets to decide what he wants.
Public office is the answer.
Dude, if you have an audience
God.
on YouTube, it's a license,
guys.
to just live your life. A big one. And obviously, his audience is unique in size.
Sorry, that's the sticker
Not
mic.
many people got this kind of command.
Someone just said public office, and this is what I'm saying, guys. Jake Paul could be president one day. We're gonna get the next. I don't even want to say the guy, the orange guy that we just had for the past 4 years. Like that would be.
Can you imagine?
I would leave. I would have to leave.
Jesus Christ.
Matt Snyder, you just got
And he could do it. He could be president.
Here's what I want to say. These guys are masters.
Anyways,
owning the moment.
to be honest, even though Logan is an easy fight, he called it someone who had no experience.
We know if Logan wins this fight,
He said he thought this was going to be easy because KSI said Logan would be easy because he never boxed before. What do you think Vidal should sign with the zone? Yes, he should. He quit legitimate. He called out someone with no experience. That sounds exactly like Jake. Vidal should just sign with Matchroom Boxing. Well, Matchroom is a part of the zone now.
Bro, if he wins, first of all, is there a rematch clause?
There is not. There is not.
I mean, listen, the odds
Not-
of it, I'll be
Not
honest
being
with
able to
you,
fight
you
isn't good
see
for
the
someone early in their
odds,
career.
not great, but,
You saw Matchroom is done with
you know,
Suzanne.
you gotta
So
respect
now
the
to say this
puncher.
is the
It's a
biggest.
fight.
It's a fight.
Anything.
Yeah, the zone is big now.
That would-
So
I don't even-
KSI actually called out Adam Sala and Slim and Fuzi and a couple other people. But at that time, not a lot of YouTubers were boxing. So he did call out Adam Sala, who's actually boxed before. But Logan, the reason why I picked Logan was because yes, Logan never boxed before, but he was a wrestler. He did have combat experience. He was the biggest US YouTuber, and he clearly proved that he was not a bum and that he could actually box decently enough to go ahead of KSI, and at least in the first fight, skills wise. So, well, the reason why he backed out of the Adam fight was because Logan accepted, because he was gonna fight, I think, Adam Sala. Isn't Adam the one that faked his fight? Yes, he was. But Adam is, I guess, the most legitimate one at the time. But Jake, when Jake denied KSI a fight, KSI was gonna fight Adam Sala, and he was allowing Logan or Jake to pick to like come out and say I want to fight you, and Logan was the one that did that. So that's why the Adam Sala fight didn't happen. Now, if Logan didn't fight KSI and didn't do that, then we would have seen KSI versus Adam Sala.
We are waiting on one Floyd Mayweather who is talking to the media. And once he does finish with that, he's going to come and sit over here and talk to us for just a bit.
He'll be able to
at the
see
same time.
through us right away as imposters to this lifestyle.
Oh,
He's
my
going
neck
to see the
hurts.
sweat. He'll see a lot of gross things. So I
Sorry
don't
about that.
expect real to recognize real, but we do.
I know this
from
is
my
weird what I
Rocky
was doing with my
Cell
neck, but
cage
it
game with the
hurts.
manly cage
So you had to
game,
see that.
black,
You
gold,
shoplifted that at a Sheets,
and white.
you're a sad
I wonder
man.
if Floyd will, because it matches my robe, so I wonder if Floyd will respect game in that regard.
I don't think he will. His is probably encrusted with.
If KSI would have fought an MMA fighter, who should he fight? Dylan Dennis
effeminate
or
brains.
Chelsea
Something
Nunn,
else.
All right. You know what the worst thing they did for us?
or maybe like
Maybe
CM Punk.
Could we
I
look
looked
more
down, I'm just
disgusting?
like-
But he doesn't do it anymore, I don't think.
This is over. You should go interview more people. I'm like, you should host me off with carbonic
If
acid.
Woodley loses to Jake, he should fight Woodley. KSI?
So does Floyd Mayweather? He's worn the tune, Luke, of record-breaking pay-per-view sales, record-breaking.
Let's go through his. You mentioned his 5 biggest fights. So McGregor.
Oh well, I didn't mean like KSI would fight in MMA, but he would like box MMA fighters.
There we go.
Oh, that's what I was talking about. Logan should fight CM Punk after this. Yeah.
Who has
The legend Leonard Ellerbe, CEO of Mayweather Promotions.
A man who has cashed a check or two on the road to Floyd's unbeaten 50-0.
Oh, right. He earned it as well. Here he is, Leonard Ellerbe. Leonard, how are you, sir?
Oh, great to be here in beautiful Miami.
You know how I knew the gotcha hat incident was bad? Because it was the one time I saw you not smiling. You're always smiling.
Man, I mean, you know.
You had a concerned look on your face.
Yes, because, again, we could not even be here today, meaning for this event. That whole thing could have went just completely south.
I mean, the gentleman standing behind you,
he's not small.
I don't want to take that man's hat. I don't want to see what happens.
You can keep your hat, sir. It's quite all right. If you want to hold the microphone a little closer to your face. There you go, yeah. How are you feeling about this week? I mean, it's a chill vibe.
It's going to be an incredible event. As you see, there's a tremendous buzz now. And again, everyone is really, really looking to this incredible event on Sunday night. Again, it's something totally different from what we all are used to seeing. Logan, he's been he's created this incredible buzz out there for what he's been able to do thus far. So he's bringing his legion of fans to this event on Sunday night. And we all know what Floyd's been able to do in his illustrious career. So this is really, really going to be very, very entertaining. And I personally predict this will probably be one of the most entertaining things.
Yes, Logan could transition to MMA. To be honest, boxing is not his strong suit.
Floyd is making. So Conor McGregor's a real fighter, but that was his pro boxing debut. Tenshin Nasukawa just ran him over. And here we have Logan Paul. I got to say, for a guy who's retired from boxing, Floyd finds ways to get not just great checks, but do big events.
Well, they don't call it money made for no reason at all. You know, again, we have an incredible team. He's had an incredible.
I think he's more focused on money.
And again, he
would be better in MMA.
Sport, but he didn't retire from entertainment and making money.
And Leonard, you've been a big part of the brain trust behind the scenes, the great Al Heyman. If no one has Floyd's brand or the arc he had to become the TBE and take over boxing, not just obviously the unbeaten record, but even more the records, the pay-per-view draws, the buys. Floyd is allowed to live a different lifestyle because of that Luke Thomas and Brian Campbell don't know too well. But is there ever a time you get a phone call from Floyd and you're like, Floyd, maybe we're taking this rich guy thing a little too far? Like, Floyd's like, Leonard, I got a country, all right? They need new leadership. I may just buy them.
I just bought a country.
Is that where you put the brakes on?
I bought this baby cash.
Because he knows himself better than anyone. You know, and again, this is a great form of entertainment. You know, he's accomplished everything in his career. Everything. He's beat more world champions than any fighter in the history of the sport. You know, he's fought every elite fighter that's out there, in his generation. And so, again, he's retired from the sport, but then this is a great form of entertainment, and that's exactly what we're going to give the fans.
So when you were in the meeting and they were like, okay, we want him to have an exhibition bout against Logan Paul, where were you on that? Did you know who Logan Paul was? Did you watch the KSI thing? Like, what was your initial vibe when the idea began?
They mentioned KSI.
Again, anything that he has, we very rarely disagree on things, and this definitely wasn't one of them. Again, this is a great form of entertainment. There's a
do you think any YouTuber will get into bare knuckle boxing?
For this, actually, just last
I don't know, man.
I was just going through
a select few. I like to see Bradley Martin and Vitali do some things with that.
And this just reminds me of some of our major events that we've recently done. There's an incredible buzz for this fight globally. And again, that just shows you that, what kind of attraction that Floyd has been, and again, he's a retired fighter. And you just look around at this media entrance out here where we at today.
Crazy.
I mean, that's the thing. If there's a purist boxing fan that's out there, it's like
there's a lot of people out there.
He wouldn't be doing this if this many people didn't care about it.
When you see Manny Pacquiao fighting the best of the best in boxing, and you see a similar age Mayweather fighting Logan, it just looks bad.
Yeah. The biggest fights ever. Where does this fight, or how can this fight compete with those? audiences that Logan can bring with him, right?
Well, we know it's big. I mean, all you got to do is look at his followers. You know, and again, the incredible interest that this fight. See, what I've been able to do, because like you mentioned, the purists, is that I love the diehard boxing fans. I mean, you know, we have 37 fighters that's signed to Mayweather Promotions, you know, and none of them might not never reach this level that Floyd has reached. So again, this is something totally different, you know, and when it comes to the purists, you know, you're in a no-win situation, you know, because there are a lot of
when are they gonna? I mean, what are they gonna face off soon? I'm going for like
what more could he have done with his career?
74 minutes, I think.
You know, he's beaten every fighter that we put in front of him. I mean, you look back, your favorite fighter today, I'm sure he's probably beat him. Your next favorite fighter, I'm sure he's probably beat him too.
Well, we couldn't get him in there against Golovkin. That didn't happen.
Okay.
Golovkin's pretty big.
Yeah, probably because he was a 60-pounder when Floyd was a 47-pounder. And the purists were calling for that then. You know, again, they're not going to be satisfied until he's fighting a heavyweight. Oh, he's doing that on Sunday night.
So there is an interesting couple twists here with this one. It's an exhibition, as everyone knows, but it's on Sunday, not Saturday. I even heard Floyd kind of stumble there because he's so used to saying, catch me on Saturday. The other part is the pay-per-view price point a little bit lower. My understanding is it's $49.99. So talk to me about that. You moved it to Sunday. You lowered the price a little bit. It's obviously you're trying to cast a wide net here, right?
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, we're obviously, the entire world has been in this global pandemic for the last year and a half. And the last time a Floyd Mayweather event, it was $100. So we were very, very mindful. Floyd was very adamant about that with the price point. He wanted to be able to give the fans something, as he calls it, a bang for their buck. He wanted to give them value for their money. And, you know, that's exactly what we're giving them. You know, we have a tremendous card. One of the major fighters fell out for obvious reasons because he popped really, really, really dirty.
Yeah, Jean Pascal.
And, you know, so again, but we still have a tremendous event. We got Chad Ochocinco. He's making his debut.
Yes,
Manny Pacquiao's making more money than Floyd. That said Floyd. Yeah.
World, out there with all the NFL players. You know, you're going to see several of them. Tom Brady's going to be ringside Sunday night.
There you go.
Tom Brady's going to be there, guys.
I mean, it's going to be lots of NFL players, lots of actors, lots of hip-hop stars, lots of other athletes. You know, so again, there's a tremendous buzz out there. Again, because anytime you have a Floyd Mayweather involved in something, you know it's going to be big.
How does he top this? I mean, is it Conor McGregor 2 on an island somewhere?
He's been popping a lot. I mean, he's been talking a lot of mess.
Sure has.
Listen, and what I say to Conor, if you listening, you can get that too.
Oh, okay.
You can get that too.
Floyd would be down for a rematch?
Most definitely. Because it's that right there is very
Guys, Floyd Mayweather is down to fight Conor too.
Well,
again.
I think after everything that, you know, when they left the ring, they hugged and all that. But
we were there that night. I remember they were arm in arm and everything.
Yeah, but things are a little different now. Things are a little different.
All right, what about people that say maybe Conor's a future opponent? What about this Jake Paul guy? He did get the hat. He's got Tyron Woodley in his Showtime pay-per-view debut. You know, people want to matchmake. What does Team Mayweather say to that?
Well, I say that anything is possible. We haven't had one discussion about Jake Paul, though. I'm just being honest. We haven't had one discussion about him. Floyd's just really excited about Sunday night and giving the fans a great event on Sunday night.
I mean, he already has the legendary career in the whole 9 yards. 44 years old. He looks to be in pretty good shape. Not Manny Pacquiao shape, but I mean, where he was for the Manny Pacquiao fight, but good shape. How long can he do this?
Floyd is different, and he's proven that. He's proven that, and he's been able to have the longevity that he's been able to do because he was always a thinking fighter. He was a smart fighter, you know. But he's moved on to the other side now. He's the retired guy. So you have this.
You don't look that retired to me.
Yeah, you have
this is not very retired.
You have this incredible YouTube guy. You know, who's a podcaster, he's an actor with this gigantic following, he feels as though that he can inflict. So we're gonna see what's gonna happen on Sunday night.
We certainly are. Your expectations for how long it goes? As long as Floyd wants it to go.
But I can guarantee you this: this will be one of the most entertaining events Floyd Mayweather's ever been involved in. I can guarantee you that.
I do want to ask one question. The Tenshin Nasukawa fight, for folks who may not know, Floyd went to Japan. The fight demolishes him. Just ran him over.
He wiped the floor with him.
I thought he was going to let it go longer. Dude, he didn't.
It's so crazy. It's so crazy that you mentioned that, because I don't think that was his intention. Did he say anything in the time? Listen, we were in the dressing room, and Floyd's always very relaxed, and he was looking just to go have some fun and entertain the Japanese fans, and I think it was like 20 or 30,000. I can't remember the number, because it was New Year's Eve for them. So when he came out, it was just totally quiet, But the kid came out, and maybe it was just something that just snapped, because as they always say, all fighters are crazy, maybe it was just something that just snapped, and all of a sudden it was just like, whoa! And the first round it was over, but I can guarantee you that wasn't his intention to do that.
That's crazy.
But he snapped. I can tell you that.
Short work. I
was like, whoa!
And Nasukawa is not a BS fighter. That's a real fight. He's a kickboxer. He's an MMA fighter. Does some boxing too. But
this will do a million. Like, here's the thing. If Ben, I feel like I want to stand up because I'm so uncomfortable right now.
And Floyd being a
I'm gonna
fighter,
stretch.
you just react. So same thing's probably gonna happen on Sunday night.
They're telling us, Leonard, that we have Logan Paul's manager here, that maybe Logan might walk out with the gotcha hat. What do you make of that?
No, he don't have that hat.
You don't have that hat?
It's a mystery. It's a mystery, Leonard.
But I think if Ben Askren and Jake can do over $1 million, this can do over $1 million. So this is gonna bring in like a lot of money. Maybe not like, I don't think it'll be like Conor McGregor big, but it's gonna be a huge event.
That's right. I showed this to Jared Hurd. He didn't know what it was.
Okay.
Leonard has the same thing on his backside. We've been repping a lot longer than you.
Well, he's OG DC. Right. That's what he is.
Thank you so much, sir.
Nice to see you. Have fun on Sunday.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be great.
Okay.
Thank you.
She'll take care of you. Thank you so much. We are waiting for Floyd Mayweather. I don't know if you can see him. Yeah, you can kind of see to my side, there's just a wall of humanity. There goes Leonard Ellerby. He walked in front.
He's allowed to. Okay? They own the place. It's TMT in the house.
Yeah. We're kind of guests here at the Versace. Apparently it's Versace. I did not know, but it's Versace Mansion.
I'm not one to typically pronounce words correctly. So, all right.
Well, we are waiting. Apparently Floyd's going to be brought over here in just a few moments. He's talking to some of the other media that's here. You can imagine he is a gentleman in demand. But we are supposed to sit down with him here shortly. Jesus Christ, dude, I cannot get over how big a security is. Good Lord.
That would be a name you might need to summon if you try to take the hat.
Yeah. I can't believe he did that with these guys.
The temerity, as Luke Thomas would say.
That's a perfect use of the word, actually, finally.
You had to have the rightful...
So, big things that have come out is that Conor McGregor might fight Floyd again. That Floyd is down for a second fight. And that, I guess when he fought the Japan guy, he didn't mean to take him out as quickly as he did. And that there have been no discussions about Jake Paul fighting Floyd. Well, this is starting to get boring now. Yeah. I mean, I think it's not a press conference. It's like a media day where they get to talk with the fighters. I just called it a press conference because I thought it would be more clickbaity.
I mean, yeah, Father Time's knocking, but Father Time's been knocking for a while on Floyd.
I hope I don't fall.
For Sunday night, Hard Rock Stadium there in Miami Gardens.
So we've been going for about 59, 69, 83 minutes. It's crazy, man. People are gonna lose interest with these Floyd exhibitions. Conor again. That'd be, you know, I don't hate Conor McGregor, so I wouldn't mind that fight again. You know who he should fight? He should fight. Sorry, Floyd Mayweather should fight the little baby boxer that is on the bread batch. Is it Khabib's son or something? I don't know. I think Floyd could lose to that baby.
He was 20 pounds smaller than Floyd in that fight.
Tension Nasukawa? Yes, but he was a real fighter.
They should fight. Floyd should fight. He should fight Bryce Hall. That does 3 million pay-per-view buys, $20 million in excess. Big fights. Big fights. It's Mayweather versus Hall. It's the money versus the what's the dance move? What's the TikTok dance move? What's it called? The take it back? No. What's the TikTok dance called? Floyd versus what's the TikTok dance move called? Is it I don't know.
Down on the puts his head on the pillow at night. He realizes he's done the work just in case. He's gonna have to go out there.
I think what's it called? Is it the take it back? What's the TikTok dance called? What's it called, guys? Throw it back, yeah. So it's the money versus the throwing it back. That's amazing. That's what we need. We need to see Bryce the Hall versus the money. The throwing it back versus the money. I think Bryce wins that fight, honestly. Honestly, I am an expert in this, guys, okay? I am a seasoned veteran. And I'm telling you right now, Bryce Hall's got the power, the speed, the hairline. And guess what, guys? He's legs and he's white, so he's gonna win. That's all you need to win fights. You know? And he's got brown hair. And he's got little arms, you know? Little arms got a lot of power. He just goes like this the whole time. He just goes like this. Huh. Got a little tired there. This is Bryce Hall's punching abilities.
He played that deal out. Came back against Conor
his arms are tiny. He's like a dinosaur. He was.
Producer in the ear is telling us.
I've seen plus 600, plus 660 for most of the past week.
I thought he'd be like plus 5,000.
I mean, it's wild because we've seen some very inflated.
That's him.
Lately, you know,
that's Bryce Hall.
The Lawrence fight we just saw was just wide in disparity, even though it had the chance to be competitive on paper.
Maybe Bryce Hall, nah, man, give KO's Floyd easy. Obviously, Gib's got the head movement, the power, the speed, and he's got hair, and he's what is he? He's not Arabian. He's from Saudi, so he's gonna.
Those odds get closer against the higher the name that he's across from for that fight. Certainly.
That sounds correct.
I mean, the champ is here. Okay.
You're over here, Floyd. How are you? Here it comes.
Floyd Mayweather is now talking. Let's listen in.
Where I might be dressed nicer than you one day. I mean,
we actually have Versace robes on, and we're still not dressed as nicely as you.
I know you might blow your nose in this, but do I work it well, Floyd?
I like the Versace robe. I want to say thank you guys. I mean, we having fun. What else I can say?
Honestly, like no BS. I've covered your fights for a long time.
You can poke Floyd's eye with the nose. His nose.
No, I've always been happy. I had to be happy with the other fights because I made more money.
Fair enough. You made a ton of money with that one.
And then, you know, this pay-per-view is $50, but the other ones was $100 and a little bit higher.
What are you expecting for sales? You think you can hit 2 mil?
I don't know because so many people are, of course, still in events. So hopefully everything turns out great for this event. And I'm happy just to be a part of this event.
Floyd, I got to say, Conor McGregor, Tension Nasukawa, and now Logan Paul. Dude, you're making a killing fighting these guys after your decorated career.
Yes.
This is all, what is this, gravy for your life? How do you view this chapter of your life?
Wait, okay. I guess the boxing was the mashed potatoes. And I guess these guys now is the gravy.
It's the gravy, okay.
Absolutely. So it's fun. And I was talking to the media. I was talking to the people, letting them know that, remember Floyd Mayweather, I retired from boxing, but I didn't retire for entertainment, and I didn't retire for making money. I guess they thought that since I stopped fighting, the top guys in the sport of boxing at my age, because remember, I retired at almost 40 years old. They thought that I was just gonna go home, kick my feet up, turn gray,
Get fat.
get fat, pick up a bunch of weight. But I decided to still just have fun.
Bro, this kid hurts my
Also, you
butt
decided to be
so much.
available should a
It is
check
so.
cashing
I'm
opportunity
sorry for
come your
moving
way.
on so much,
Yes.
but
I want to
it's,
talk about the narrative.
Nothing wrong with check cashing. That's America.
Yes.
The narrative and the storyline for this one.
Yes.
When you look back at May 6th, the press conference at Hard Rock Stadium, and Gotcha Hat, when Jake Paul, the brother of Logan Paul, kind of parachutes into the narrative here. We've never seen you that angry, Floyd. I've covered you a long time. You've always said, you can talk bad about me, just spell my name right in the story. I've never seen you that mad. Are you happy that that moment happened and what it could do for sales, or is it still getting you angry to think about?
Well, I'm not upset at all. But my thing is this: just as men, you as well as you, and I'm pretty sure you both of you guys are married. I can see the rings.
Yes.
You guys have families, and there's a difference between respect and disrespect. They was untying my shoe, and my children's mother passed away last year. Talking about her touching my hat. So it's all about reciprocation. Treat people like you want to be treated.
Okay, let me play devil's advocate, Floyd, because we were there for the
bro,
Conor
this is
McGregor
boxing.
tour that you guys did
What are you
in LA
talking
as
about?
well. He said a lot of mean things.
But once again, Conor McGregor has something to do with this event. Jake Paul has nothing to do with this event.
But does this motivate you? Because people are trying to say, okay, maybe they're a boxing guy. They know Floyd. They think or they know Floyd's going to win, but they want to see the entertainment, the spectacle, how it happens. Can he land that lucky punch? Is any part of you, because of what happened on May 6th, a little bit more motivated to give it to them and just say, hey, Logan, man, you didn't cross me, but your brother did. You're going to have to pay. Because I don't see people getting away with crossing Floyd Mayweather.
I don't really worry about that. This is what I do because I don't worry about size, height, arm length, weight. Floyd Mayweather, I'm the best. This is what I do. I don't worry about no fighters. I don't worry about no hat because when it's fight time, I can fight.
How did you hear about Logan Paul?
John Shahidi, a guy that I deal with, he's a social media guy. And John Shahidi brother, Sam Shahidi. I was working with these guys for years. And a couple times, I think that John was managing, I think Logan and Jake, something like that. And then I heard their name a couple times, but I didn't really know who these guys were until my guys from Japan was upset, said that Logan Paul disrespected their country.
Right, with that YouTube video.
And I still didn't know who the guys was. I heard their names from a close friend of mine in Japan. And then Solomon, a guy from Famio, said he was speaking to a friend of mine, Sean, and talked about putting an exhibition together. I didn't really know him. And then they showed me his page. They said he got these many followers. I said, let's do it.
Are your kids, are they fans of his?
My daughter, my youngest daughter, she does YouTube.
Okay.
So I'm pretty sure she knows Logan Paul.
But not like that.
I don't really know him.
Floyd, I want to stay with this narrative because Leonard Ellerby, your longtime friend and partner in this game, the CEO of Mayweather Promotions, he said he's never seen a fight promotion in which you're playing the baby face, if we could steal a pro wrestling term. You've been the heel by accident. You've been the heel on purpose when you needed to sell things. You've always controlled the narrative. Are you fighting for boxing in a sense? Do you feel like you're the hero going into this one?
I don't really want to say the hero. I just want to have fun. I'm going to go out there and do what I do best. He's banking on his height. He's banking on his reach. So we'll just see.
Are you staying in shape? Like, to what extent are you look physically fit, but the devil's in the details.
Well, Jake just got knocked out an NBA player.
Fitness.
Jake, he's the best in the marketing genius.
I'm in good shape. You guys will see.
So we heard a little birdie.
I don't know if that was sarcasm or if that was
trained
serious.
for the Conor McGregor fight, but not really trained.
Not like really.
Like you got in shape for it, but you didn't really.
They'll talk.
And then you still went in there and you stopped him. So we're kind of wondering like what the situation is today.
Same thing, kind of trained a little bit here and there. Not every day, but I don't have to.
Leonard Ellerby was saying if y'all wanted to run it back, you and Conor, that you'd be completely down. Is that true?
Oh, absolutely. Easy.
What is the beef? Because we were there in Vegas when you guys were arm in arm and sharing.
The beef is all these guys look up to me, steal my blueprint, and then get the hating on me. Whereas Logan Paul and Jake Paul, if I'm not mistaken, they was going to John Shahidi asking, can Floyd train us? Can Floyd work with us? I never knew who these guys were. But the fight is here now. I can't wait.
Did you watch Logan Paul's fight against KSI, the other YouTuber? Did you even take a look at it?
No.
No?
I don't really. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, but
nothing.
I don't really know Jake or Logan Paul.
So what makes you called it on the Showtime special? You called it legalized bank robbery.
Well, imagine if Floyd slips Logan, kicks him with an uppercut, and knocks him out. I'd be dying.
I'm fighting a YouTuber who thinks he's a real fighter. And I'm getting crazy money for it.
Yeah, I love that KSI has been mentioned multiple times.
I mean, just building up to the fight, just a build up, and I've already made $30 million.
I mean, this is a commercial right here. This suit might cost more than my robe. Look at these. This is.
I was backstage at the Howard Theater when an ESPN reporter asked how much you made for the Canelo fight. Your guarantee, you told him $40 million. That was the guarantee, the upfront. You got much more on the back end. That was the up. That was
the grown man trying to ask about money here.
Hold on. How much are you gonna make for this one? Tell us, Floyd.
I don't really know. I mean,
what's your base?
I mean, even if we make a couple more, even if I made $50 million, that's not bad for a guy that's retired.
That's great work.
So, I saw the $100 million check from the Pacquiao. I saw that thing.
So between, just with the Pacquiao and the Canelo, that was like with those two fights, that was $650. And then with the Canelo fight add on, that was $750 in 3 fights.
That's insane. How long can you do this, Floyd? You feel good? You look good? Let's say you win dominantly on Sunday, which is the odds expectation. Several more years? Like, what's the?
I mean, this is not real. This is not a real fight for me. This is a real fight for him. This is not a real fight for me.
Okay, but he has. If you stretch him, that's expected. I'm not saying he's going to stretch you. I think you're going to win quite comfortably. But if a miracle happened, you have something to lose.
I'm still undefeated. I'm still.
You said the devil's in the details, right there.
The great thing about this is I'm still 50-0.
Because it doesn't count on your professional record,
Absolutely
right?
not.
That is. You have worked this to an unbelievable degree. So you're confident you could do this for a little while longer if you wanted to.
It's possible.
Floyd, I want to ask quick about legacy because when you were in the peak of your game, us in the boxing media, we were hard on you. Maybe you didn't fight the guys in the order that somehow we wanted. You never took it personal, but we were hard on you. Now, as you've been away.
Oh, I think he took it personal.
Your legacy is getting like a fine wine. It's just aging. What did people miss during your run? What did I miss?
Look at my face.
When I was saying, when I would come out and write those columns.
Well, I didn't fight the guys. I fought everybody.
Yeah, you went on
Face
to
so
fight
weird.
everybody. I'm saying it, but
My eyes stinging.
So if
These are everyday problems. You're seeing my raw, unedited version of me.
I'm not saying we were right. That's the point. I'm saying, we may have been
Your
wrong,
face
but
has a
what did we
skin
miss in that
here.
moment? Because we look back on your record, there's just no
I just want to know who I didn't fight.
People love to say things like Margarito. They have to rehash that.
You talking about the guy that was cheating?
I'm not saying.
So tell the public. I got Antonio Margarito.
I like the energy, though. I like the energy.
No, let's talk. I got Antonio Margarito. Wanted to fight me extremely bad.
No,
and then let's tell the world.
I side with you on this.
No. And then come to find out, ladies and gentlemen, this guy was cheating. He was fighting with a cast inside his glove. This is the guy that you was behind, that you thought I was scared of. And then you know what happened? When they caught him cheating in the locker room, he got knocked out by Shane Mosley that same night. And then Shane Mosley's next fight, I beat him.
Do you feel the love? Because I think your legacy is just getting stronger by the day.
No. Tell me about some more fighters that you said I didn't fight.
Well, I said some things back then. You know?
Tell me.
Well, then you fought Manny. So you were like, take that. Then you fought Mike Donald twice.
So hold on. So let me get this right. Who's older?
You win in the end.
Answer the question.
Yeah.
Who's older? I'm 2 years older than Manny Pacquiao, right?
Yes.
Yeah, he's 42.
Okay. And I'm 44, right? I beat Manny Pacquiao so easy.
I can't
8 rounds to 4, something like that.
8-4 was the deal. Yeah.
That wasn't even 8. Don't say no 8-4. 10-2.
He disarmed him. I
10-2.
didn't see a shoulder injury. He disarmed him.
Are you surprised?
And guess what?
Floyd's arguing about the people they didn't win fight against.
But let's run it back. If we run it back, guess what he's gonna do? Have another excuse. So give me another fighter.
Well, I would have liked to see
Give
Paul
me
Williams.
another.
I wanted to see welterweight Paul Williams against you, but you can't have it all. Okay, you can't have it all. All right.
It could have happened, but it didn't. And I like Paul Williams. You know, he had a bad accident, a hell of a fighter, and a great guy. And I take my hat off to him and his family.
I mean, Floyd, but that's the point. In the end, you gave it to boxing fans. So are you surprised at the way some people still look at you? Because you're still giving to boxing fans right now. They're going to tune in Sunday night and be entertained.
I'm just very appreciative for all the people around the world that supported me. You know, I was with HBO at one particular time, even though I know we own Showtime. I'm allowed to speak from the heart and speak the truth. I was with HBO, and I came over to Showtime and made them the A side. That's what Floyd Mayweather was able to do in the sport of boxing. Floyd Mayweather was able to come in the sport of boxing when it was all about heavyweights and let all the little guys make crazy money.
We got the real emotion. This is the real stuff right now. Okay?
He's fired up. I understand it. I'm not mad at him.
I'll fall on the sword to bring out the real Floyd.
Yeah, okay, you did it.
Yes.
You call down the thunder. Don't be surprised what you get.
Logan Paul is going to have a chance to see that thunder Sunday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, only on Showtime pay-per-view. You get the final word. What can fans expect when you two touch gloves?
I want the fans to tune in. If you're watching right now, come to Miami. Have fun. Beautiful yachts, beautiful beaches, beautiful water, a beautiful city. You two guys sitting next to me.
Beautiful robes.
Beautiful Versace robes.
Beautiful skin complexion with
Man,
the sweat.
I'll see you guys Sunday. Let's have a ball. Buy pay-per-view right now.
Floyd, we thank you so much for your time. We know you're a busy man. Congratulations on everything you got so far.
Everybody in the end, you just fought us. Thank you, Floyd. Great chat with
thank you.
Right.
Thank you, Floyd. And enjoy on Sunday. We can't wait to see what happens. There we have it.
Not every day you can sit down at a pool, Luke, with the great Floyd Mayweather.
No, not every day. So I think that's it for us for the moment. So we have 3 minutes left. Thank you, Floyd. Take care.
We'll give you a round 12 here, final round here, Luke. Let's bring it, okay?
Floyd, TKO, round 1 over Brian Campbell.
Look, I love it. I love the confidence. I love the graciousness. This is grandfather Floyd. Congratulations to him on the birth of his first grandchild. Like, this is a wiser, smarter Floyd. He's beaten the game in every possible. I mean, what else can you do at this point but say congratulations?
And he sent you to hell.
And he did. That he did, Luke.
He did that. Well, we want to thank everyone who watched this. Remind everyone, the pay-per-view is not on Saturday. It is on Sunday. It'll be at 8 p.m. And, of course, I think you can go to showtime.com/pay-per-view. You can see the URL, or even just SHO.com/pay-per-view. You can order the pay-per-view there. Again, Chad Ochocinco won the card. He wasn't here, but we did have Jarrett Swift-Hurd.
Jarrett Swift-Hurd against Luis Arias. You're going to have
Badu Jack's on the card.
Jack. It's going to be good theater, Luke. 8 p.m. Eastern, Showtime pay-per-view, Miami Gardens, Hard Rock Stadium. So it's, I mean, he knows about the truth.
Wow. I called game. I called bank.
Paul Pierce.
There he is.
Paul Pierce, come on.
Come have a seat, Paul Pierce.
Come on.
Come have a seat.
We got it here, okay?
There he is. Paul Pierce just came over
Get the
here.
wheelchair. Let's get him back over here, okay? Come on.
He's huge. Dude, he's not even as big as some of the security.
No, I'm a Celtics fan, so I'm
all right, so there's a face-off happening. We're going to go to it right there. It is.
Oh, the face-off is happening.
There's bragging rights right there.
Logan and Floyd are facing off.
Every time.
Logan looks very intense talking to him.
See the height differential there. 6'2", Logan Paul, 28 years old.
Wow, Logan looks really tall compared to Floyd.
Damn.
Sorry, 26.
Wow, Logan's really getting in Floyd's face, putting his nose on his glasses.
And I understand it. They had to keep people separated and whatever, but
this is the real stuff.
This, you miss a good face-off when you don't get one.
You're welcome, Logan. I dialed Floyd up. Okay, he's ready.
That's a great shot.
What's it going to look like, Luke, when they do touch gloves? That's what the people are going to pay to see.
Floyd's going to take his time and then stop him.
Logan looks like really serious, more than the KSI fight.
Or is there a puncher's chance?
No, they're getting into it.
Floyd stepped to him. This is fun.
Floyd stepped to Logan.
And you can see Floyd's entourage and Lloyd's.
Come on, let's see a push. Let's see a push. Let's see some physical interaction, some altercation. I mean, I don't advise Logan to push Floyd, but I want to see a push.
That's a long face-off.
Is that you too?
So usually the way it works is if you have a sanctioned event, you have to have a promoter in between them.
That's a stalemate.
Yeah.
Face-off was a sit.
Yeah.
Take what you will, Luke Thomas, from that face-off.
Yes, let's extrapolate the significance of that in the worst way imaginable.
Right there.
Yeah, dude. This is a better. Like, this is a good shot of the media representation that we were referencing.
A lot of
before.
media
It's
there, guys. A
significant.
lot of
Logan
media.
Paul is confident.
A lot of
He's
people.
ready for this stage. But one thing I wrote about this week, Luke, is that confidence more of a danger to him than it is for Floyd. We're going to find out Sunday night.
There we have it. Good stuff. Good stuff.
Two more handsome men in front of the camera.
Just as a reminder, that's Brian Campbell. I'm Luke Thomas. We're from CBS Sports, sometimes Showtime, sometime in Gucci Versace robes.
I want to see what Logan said.
We host a show called Morning Combat. It is a Showtime product, CBS product. We debate the news and analysis around boxing and mixed martial arts every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, live at 11 a.m. in the East, youtube.com/Morning Combat.
Wow, Logan was nervous.
Absolutely.
I don't think so. He didn't look nervous to me. He looked like he was really, like, I thought he looked the most serious out of any of his face-offs. Like, he looked like he was very serious. And it doesn't matter if Logan's nervous or not, because he could be so confident, but he's still gonna lose. You know what I mean? Like, that's just facts. He laughed and backed up.
I'm not sure about that.
Paul Pierce walks by that desk. I'm pulling him in.
Yeah, Paul Pierce has got to get in here because he was
I want to see what Logan and said to Floyd. Like, Logan was like in Floyd's face, like breathing into his glasses. It got intense.
All right, so we think everyone has left. Yeah, it looks like everyone's left. Media is now filing out. I don't know about UBC. I've been seeing people drink really delicious looking refreshments.
Yes.
I would like one.
I would like a refreshment right now. I would like a full body.
So let's do this. We had a great time today. We talked to Logan Paul, Floyd Mayweather, Jarrett Hurd, Milton LaCroix, the manager of Logan Paul, Leonard Ellerby, so many others. So go back and forth through this video if you catch it after the fact. To those who watch live, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it. We will be back, BC, as I bumble this, on Saturday, 5 p.m. in the East, right here. Me, Brian Campbell, Brendan Schaub, getting you ready and walking you through the weigh-ins for Mayweather versus Paul.
You can check out our final episode of Morning Combat. The traditional one will be Friday. Check it out, youtube.com/Morning Combat. We'll have our final breakdown and preview of the fight. Maybe get some more interviews with those in attendance there. That's right after the undercard press conference Friday morning. Can't wait, Luke. Sunday night, bragging rights. Somebody's taking it out, Luke, okay? Somebody's going to come away with big-time bragging rights. We've never seen an event like this before.
All right. For Brian Campbell, I'm Luke Thomas. Thanks, everyone at Malka, Showtime, and CBS Sports. We'll talk to you guys on Saturday. And until then, may all of your gains be loyal.
There he is, the pound-for-pound king in the sport of boxing. When Floyd Mayweather fights, it is a spectacle.
Gotcha.
Got your fucking hat. When your idols become your rivals, that shit sucks.
So that's the thing. That's the press conference over and done with. Not as exciting as you'd want it to be, but, you know, good enough.
If you try to box him, we've seen that historically what happens. Does this have to be a brawl? Do you have to toe the line here and make this ugly?
I'm not going to make it ugly. It's going to be the cleanest display of boxing you've ever seen. Yeah, I think there's going to be two phases.
It's going to be fun.
Trying to see if we can find video of what Logan and was saying to Floyd, but I don't know if we're gonna see it. If we're gonna find anything. feel like there should have been a push. You know, I feel like that would have really made it.
There's bragging rights right there.
This is how I order at McDonald's every time.
So I don't know. I guess we'll just have to wait. This is Logan seeing Floyd, but we don't know what they're saying though.
Keep it extended. Don't do that again with that red camera, dude.
Logan looks mad.
Put your camera down.
Yeah, when Logan was smiling, I think he was being more like Conti.
PayPal and Venmo touch-free payments now accepted at CVS stores nationwide. Get a $10 reward.
Would you say maybe you're rooting for Jake just so that is a potential other, like you say, bank robbery in the future, possibly?
Rooting for him like what? He's on the undercard?
Tyrone Woodley.
Give me Tyrone Woodley. I'm gonna make sure I get in camp and I'm gonna train him for this fight.
So you want Tyrone to...
I want Tyrone Woodley to come to Las Vegas and work with us.
So Floyd said that he was willing to work with Woodley to train for Jake, which again continues that storyline and from a marketing, but also from a very like smart perspective that makes a lot of sense.
I don't think he thought it was real. Like you have to understand, for fucking 8 months, I'm going around like, hey guys, I might be fighting Floyd Mayweather. Everyone's like, yeah, you're fucking crazy. You're drunk, Logan. Go home. And even my brother thought it was way unrealistic, and now it's going down. So.
How you feeling? You look like you in shape.
Yeah, I hope so.
I hope so too.
I got something going on this weekend.
Okay, yeah, you got something big going on.
Yeah. Leonard, who has the hat? Where's the hat?
Where's the hat? Boy got the hat. Boy got the hat.
That makes me happy. That makes me happy.
Yeah, he got it.
Good.
Logan, you talked about Jake versus Tyron. Obviously, that's happening next. What do you think about that?
Yeah, Jake versus Tyron. Exciting fight. I love my brother. I love what he's doing in the sport. He's going at his own pace, fighting guys who continue to challenge him a little more every time. Like, don't jump to the top right away. There's no fucking need. Keep getting better. Put your hours in. Love your work, and then move on to the next opponent. Not yet, bro. Fuck people. Like, Jake's gonna do whatever he wants at his own pace. Like, and then when the time is right, when he feels ready, he'll fight a boxer. Or you want him to fight like a 2-7 boxer, like every other boxer did at the beginning of their career.
Robert Garcia told me that actually.
No, fucking.
He said about your brother. He's like, hey, respect to Jake.
He's fighting a fucking world champ. That's crazy.
The last time you and I spoke, you were just before fighting.
One more time, sorry. I feel bad.
No, I'm saying, the last time you and I spoke, you were just about to fight KSI. What have you learned since that experience to take things on Sunday night?
I got humbled. Straight up humbled. Like, I walked into the fight literally thinking, like Floyd is now, it was impossible to lose. Like, I couldn't see it. It didn't make sense in my mind. And then it happened. On some weird shit, too. Like, on some technical shit. Like, I lost by 1 point, and the ref took away 2 points. Like, what are the odds? In a split decision? What the fuck? And so, I got humbled. That brought me back to reality. Like, anything can happen. Fight is a fight.
Man, how excited
This shit is, I'm telling you, man, this shit is going to be so live. I'm telling you.
Yeah, so Logan said that he got humbled after the KSI fight, which he's never really confirmed until now. And he said that, it brought him back to reality because he didn't think he had a chance in losing. And that's why I think it's good that when Logan and Jake get to, like, actually lose, because it humbles them and it makes them better people. And I'm glad that Logan acknowledges the fact that he got humbled, because he did.
This is going to be way better than y'all think. Way better. Way better, I'm telling you. Let me let y'all in on a little something. So,
Leonard, can you step a little bit?
Sure.
So, there we go.
Both guys have agreed they're going to fight in 10-ounce gloves.
Oh, okay. New development, huh? Okay. Who pushed for it?
Yeah.
He pushed for it, huh?
You keep on pushing.
So Logan was the one that pushed for the 10-ounce gloves, not Floyd, which is interesting. Because then Floyd said later on, I want 8 ounces, which I honestly wouldn't mind 8-ounce gloves because I feel like at that point the stakes are so high, and like I think 8-ounce gloves would even make it even better, if I'm being honest. I wouldn't be surprised if they do that.
Logan. You know, he put it out there to the universe, and it's like okay.
Leonard, I gotta ask you, what's the odds of Jake Paul fighting Floyd at some given point in the near future?
I don't know. Floyd just looking to go do this Sunday, and all right. I'm telling you, this fight, this exhibition is going to be highly entertaining. I think this would probably be the most exciting event you've seen Floyd in since probably. No. Since probably 15 years. This is gonna be really, really entertaining.
A lot of fans want to see Floyd knock him out. I think they'd be disappointed if he doesn't get a knockout. Would he be disappointed if he doesn't knock him out, given his experience?
Tune in Sunday night. We sit here lying to you. They do, but this is the difference. And I'm not trying to tell you something that you don't know. Floyd hasn't done anything in 4 years. I know that for a fact. And then we're not talking about a situation where he's competed. He hasn't done anything but hang out, enjoy his life. Obviously, we was in the pandemic for a year and a half, so nobody was doing anything. And he's a little older now. My expectation is it will be one of the most entertaining. This guy right now, y'all saying this.
Because I'm that dude. I'm the guy who does the thing that no one else could do. Like, that's me. That's been me my whole life. Like, I'm here to achieve the impossible. It's all I've ever done. And I think Sunday night's just going to be an extension of that.
Hezbollah, bro. I'm channeling him. I want him to work out with me. Give me Hezbollah.
You said that. He said that he don't want to knock you out. You said you haven't knocked anybody out in how long?
A decade. He hasn't knocked anyone out in a decade. And it was Victor Ortiz, not some bullshit. Who you knocking out, Floyd? Like, I hate these guys. No offense. You know, Victor's tough. I'm big. I'm a big guy. And I can take a shot. He's pretty been in a while, they're saying. Decades even. Bro, this is fucking crazy. And said, hey, man, like a year ago, hey, would you ever fight Floyd Mayweather? I laughed. I mean, yeah, I never laughed at him. I'm never laughing at him again. No, I can't believe it. This is fucking crazy, bro. The bell's gonna ring. I'm literally gonna say a lot. I'm gonna go, this is crazy. And then just fucking put on a show. Like, who else would you take on? Anyone, dude. Anyone. I just want to put on big shows. And, like, I really do believe, like, you know, I can talk about my skill all day, but it doesn't matter. Say it again. 23 and 26 now.
MMA fighters still fight serious stuff.
Yo, Jake can fight Tommy and you can fight me. I was like, pass.
No.
One boxer, Tyson Fury. I don't want to. Tyson pitched me in my DMs. He's like, yo, Jake can fight Tommy and you can fight me. I was like, pass.
No.
Wait, so from what I just heard, Tyson Fury DM'd Logan Paul and said, or maybe, I don't know, I think that's what I heard, that he would box Logan and Tommy would box Jake? Fury. Come on. You know what? I don't know. I'm not even surprised at Fury because he's going off on his rampage and money yes men people. So he's gone off the rails if I'm being honest. So I'm not even surprised. But that's sad, man. I can't believe Tyson Fury did that. That's like an exclusive that you heard here first.
There's bragging rights right there.
This is how I order at McDonald's.
What we see.
Ugh, I want to see what they said. That's what I want to hear. Like, what did they say?
This thing's a night.
Wow, like look at the height difference between these two.
It's gonna be fun.
Let me see if Twitter has anything. I want to hear what they said. There's only 2 people watching, but I don't care. We've been going for we're going for 2 hours. 2 hours I've been doing this.
There.
This is how I order at McDonald's.
I order at McDonald's. Okay, guys, that is the live stream. I think I've done quite enough talking for today. 2 hours of just nonstop. everything. Guys, you should follow my TikTok because I have 29.3K likes. That's my TikTok. You can see it. And I posted a video of Logan doing pads and 77,000 views, guys. And then the other one got 14,000. 713 likes, 4,000 likes. I'm almost at 30K likes, guys. Like, I'm thriving. Truly, I'm thriving on TikTok. Ugh. Well, that's it. I don't know if I'm gonna be posting. Bobby Cash puts. I don't know what flag that is. But anyways, I don't think I'm gonna post anything tomorrow because I don't think there's gonna be anything to do. There's no Jake Paul thing happening, I don't think, and there's no Logan Paul anything happening. So if there is something, I'll cover it. I might like repost something, but I probably won't post anything tomorrow. But Saturday, I will post either a final fight prediction and maybe potentially a live stream of the weigh-in. Potentially. It might not happen. And then Sunday, obviously, I will be doing a live stream of the fight. So I will be live on. I will not be live tomorrow, that's for sure. I might be live on Saturday, so just keep an eye out. I think that they're gonna weigh in around 5 o'clock. So, and if not, I'll post a video around that time too. And I will be live Sunday. I won't be watching the whole card live. I'll probably start watching it like as the fight before Mayweather versus Paul happens, and obviously we'll be live streaming me watching the entire fight. Obviously, you can't. I don't know what that means, Bobby, but obviously I'm not going to show it because that would be bad, and that's also not ethical. But you can buy it on Showtime or on Firmino for a ridiculous price. But that's it. So I think that's all I gotta say. It's been a great live stream. We've been going for 2 hours. We started around 1:20ish, and it's 3:32. So we went for a long time. But this was a very productive. Logan Paul needs to throw bombs and wrestle weight from this opening bell. I would have to disagree with you, Colin, or whatever your name is. I think that like Connor, for example, gassed out from being aggressive from the beginning of the bell to the end of the round. I think Logan needs to work his way into it and not go 100%, in my opinion. I just feel like Floyd is expecting Logan to gas, and Logan needs to do the opposite of that. And I think that Floyd, studies you. You know what I mean? So like, if you move your feet a specific way, or you move your head a certain way, or you're punching a certain way, or he's a computer, he figures you out very easily. And so for Logan, he needs to change every single round. He needs to change what he's doing. So Floyd is like, wait, what? You were doing this and now you're doing that, and now you're doing this and now you're doing that. So I think the wrestling, like the clinching, I think he should do a lot of that because it buys time, and you could probably do some dirty boxing since there are no rules. I think Logan could definitely lean into the dirty boxing a lot more. And it's like getting deducted 2 points. Like, who cares? Like, there are no judges. And the bombs should come at the end. The bombs and the wild swinging should just come at the end, in my opinion, because I think Logan's stamina is his greatest flaw, and I think that that's still a thing even in the public workout. And yeah. Floyd Mayweather versus a heavyweight 50 pounds bigger and 8 inches taller will award early. But Mayweather will have Logan settle download in under 3 rounds. That's what I'm saying though. Like Logan has to not like Logan's style, right? If his style is jabbing and clinching, Mayweather's gonna understand that, and then he's gonna basically try and break that down. I agree about the dirty boxing. And what Logan needs to do is be like, okay, for example, I'm just going to jab his body, move around a lot. Second round, haymakers. Third round, cooling it off, going in weird angles and being kind of unorthodox, but not swinging. Each round should have a different style to it, which is hard for Logan to do or anyone to do. But the thing is, Floyd downloads what you do. So Logan, like if Logan's crossing his feet in the first round, don't do that in the second round. If he's not doing a lot of head movement, next round do a lot of head movement. If you're doing a lot of head movement, don't do a lot of head movement. If if you're dodging and on the back foot in the second round, go on the front foot in the third round, or switch it up in the second half of the second round. Like you have to be willing to change it up, and I don't think you'll be able to do that, but I think that's the best way to make sure that it's drawn out and Floyd can't really download all of this information on you. And dirty boxing is what Logan should do, to an extent. Like he shouldn't get carried away with it. And I worry about his mentality because I'm like, you cracked under the pressure with KSI. This is 10 times bigger of a risk. Mayweather, Hard Rock Stadium. Logan's going to be in movie theaters. He's going to be on TVs, on cable. He's going to be everywhere. The pressure. Like, I don't know if Logan mentality-wise will be able to handle that. And I hope he does, because I think, if Logan masters his mentality, I think he can achieve great things in the ring. So, yeah, that's what I think Logan needs to do, is just change it up and always be unexpected. Never, like, if Logan is like, wow, I'm really tired and Floyd's hitting my body all the time, that's when he's like, okay, we need to change something. And that's when we'll know, like, okay, Logan's going to go down. Because when Logan gets tired, he gets really lazy and very not very smart. Like his hands come down, his chin's exposed, he doesn't really counter as much, and then eventually he just falls. That's what happened in the first KSI fight and happened in the second fight. And some people might say Logan isn't good on the back foot because of a case I did in the second round, but in the second fight. But in the first fight, he was actually good at countering. And if KSI threw a wild shot, he would just go like that and then go bang. And I think another thing Logan should do is making sure that he's going in with his full waist, he's going in with his full power, and not doing these slappy punches. My question is if Logan gets Floyd with that, when Logan knocked out KSI, he put KSI on the canvas with that big uppercut. If Logan does that to Floyd, what happens? Will Floyd just be like, okay, or will Floyd hit the canvas? I don't know. That's a interesting hypothetical that I'm not sure will ever get answered, because I don't think Logan will truly land a good, clean shot on Floyd. Floyd might let him do that, but I think that he won't get near him enough to do real physical damage to Floyd. So that's that. And you know what? I'm excited for Sunday. These events are fun. I think a push, like Floyd pushing Logan or Logan pushing Floyd, would have really sold this and really made this a great press conference. Some little fun antics, a viral moment per se, but this was still entertaining enough. It was very informative. We got the idea of a Conor McGregor fight again. A lot of very good information. This was an informative mixer. This was less viral and more like, okay, like this is stuff we know. Like Floyd, 10-ounce gloves, and now me might get 8-ounce gloves, which I think would only make the fight more intriguing, because it's like 8-ounce gloves really raises the stakes. Logan will guess by round 4 or 5 like McGregor did. And that's when the fun begins. Logan will crack, yes, very possible. Honestly, Floyd's 4 years older than McGregor fight. Yeah, and that's the thing, is like Logan can't gas out, which is why I don't think he should go crazy in the beginning, because he'll gas himself out, and that's what Floyd is counting on. And his instincts might just make that happen. So that's what I see. So we still haven't gotten the audio of him talking.
He's a good guy. Hey, you said that. You said $2 not
Mayweather vs. McGregor is good. Actually, I think this will also be fun to watch. Yeah, I think it will be a fun watch too. What would you put the odds at? 50 to 1 or 100 to 1? I don't think. Look, I wouldn't even bet on this fight. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's very obvious that Floyd's gonna win. So I wouldn't even do 50 to 1 or 100 to 1. It's like Mayweather 100%. You know. So, but I don't know. Maybe 100 to 1. Yeah, I think that would be probably what I'd go for. Logan has like a chance. He has a chance. You know, he doesn't have like a chance, but he has a chance. You know, all these guys do. Doesn't mean they're gonna win though. And yeah. Wow, we certainly had a very active chat today. I'm glad that people showed up, and we got some new people. I got a new subscriber, I believe. Shout out to oops. Shout out to I have 267 subscribers. We were almost at 270 subscribers. Shout out to what's his name? Adeli Dominigos, who subscribed 2 hours ago. I don't know if you're still watching, but thank you for supporting me and subscribing to my channel. It means a lot. We are very close to 270, and yeah. If you bet $100 on the internet and Logan knocks him out, you get 6,400. Yeah, I don't really know how odds work. I'm not really. I don't care about the odds. You know what I mean? So if I bet $100 on the internet and Logan knocks him out, you get 6,400. That's a lot. You don't know about these young champs. That's 64 to 1 odds. I wouldn't bet money on Logan. Let's put it that way. You know, I would bet money on Mayweather. You know, but yeah. I mean, I wouldn't bet on Logan if my life depended on it. I would be like, nope. You know. Who wins Jake Paul versus Tyron Woodley? It's a 50-50, I think. I don't want to say who my top pick would be because I don't want to get clowned. But yeah, I think it's a 50-50. I think is Jake winning an impossibility? No. Is him losing a possibility? Yes. Is Tyron Woodley losing an impossibility? No. Is him losing a possibility? Yes. Like it's equal chances, and I think this will be Jake's toughest fight. I don't think it will be like an easy first round, second round knockout. If it is, then that changes everything. But my hope with every Jake fight is that he loses, humbled, and stops boxing. But I think Woodley is a worthy opponent. Jake's first really worthy opponent, and you know, I'm glad that he's fighting somebody that's not a bum because Woodley is not a bum. I mean, he's not a great boxer by any means. And I guess I think Jake's coming in with more of the technique, and Tyron is coming in with the heart, the chin, the power. Yeah, that's my thoughts on that fight. But Jake has a lot of strengths, a lot of disadvantages. Same thing with Woodley. But yeah, and I mean, I think Woodley is more like wants to make a pro career out of boxing, whereas Ben Askren didn't really care. he's training hard, and so he's doing stuff that I'm liking. Woodley is, so I'm, cautiously optimistic. Okay. Great conversations. Great conversations. Fury Wilder 3-1. Fury, obviously. Wilder, I think, just won't catch up to him, and Fury probably should have won the first fight. So I don't see any way Wilder wins. Hopefully AJ beats Uzak, but that's a tough fight for AJ. But I think, we want to see Usyk versus Fury. We want to see Wilder. Fury versus AJ, and be entertaining. Wilder has a chance. He lost once. Doesn't mean he could lose again. There's a good chance that Wilder could pull an upset. But it's pretty obvious, I think, who's winning that. I don't know about Pacquiao or Spencer. I'll just go with Pacquiao. I haven't really looked into that fight. $355. I can't believe we've been going for 2 hours and 20 minutes. It's crazy. Is this the longest live stream I've had? Yeah, this Rivals. Yeah, the last press conference that was 2 hours was the first Floyd press conference, and that was 2 hours and 5 minutes. That's crazy. Probably, yep. But yeah, guys, this was a very successful live stream. We had a great conversation, great chat, great likes, 6 likes, 4 views, new subscriber, almost at 270. My social medias are amazing right now. Good stuff, dude. Yeah, boxing is becoming a super popular sport again, while other sports are dying. It's true though. Like Logan and Jake are they're nuisances, but they are making boxing super relevant again. Especially the TikTok undercard fight, and it will be the summer of boxing, and I'm gonna be covering everything. And these next 3 months, you're gonna see this face like almost every single day, because we have the TikTok undercard event next week. So I'm gonna do a ton of live reactions, videos, and the week after that we'll be digesting all of that. And then we have McGregor versus Poirier 3, and then we got the Tyson Fury fight, and then we have Jake Paul's fight in August. So we have one more fight this month, 2 fights in July, 1 fight in August, and then for my Broadway fans, Broadway is going to come back, and so there's going to be there's a lot of content that's coming out, and I am not, the content is not going down, it's only going to go, especially my TikTok, and that's thriving. So I'm very happy about that, because this time last year my channel was like on the down low, so I'm glad that I was able to talk about boxing, but also, get subscribers and fans, I guess, from it. So, yeah. So I said I was going to end this like 20 minutes ago. I have to end this now. So thank you all for coming out. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment. Tell your friends, tell your families, tell everyone about this. Again, I will be live streaming maybe on Saturday, but I will definitely put out a video Saturday. I don't plan on doing anything tomorrow, but if I do, just make sure to have your notifications on. And then Sunday I will be doing a live stream of the fight, so make sure to tune into that. That will be Sunday. And just, it starts at 8 o'clock. Floyd and Logan will fight on 11 p.m., 12 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you're in that time zone, just make sure to check the channel out. And then next week is the TikTok undercard, and it'll be more of the same thing. Super Fights and Super Shows start Sunday in Miami with a crowd too. Good one, dude. Okay, yeah. So thank you for watching, and yeah, have a okay day. I don't know what my outro should be. I don't want to say peace or good luck. You know what? Should I say good luck? I say good luck. You know, okay. Bye and good luck. It sounds so good. It sounds really good.